Nor deviations to the matter. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall, baby. Mama said that there will be days, literally, just like this. All right.
Ready? Run from
Stand tall or not at all. All the same. But now it's here.
Or should I say,
I am.
I am.
Right. Yup. Cowboys blind trust. On top of that, the real deal, Holyfield. Come on with it. That is involved.
There's one
Right. Let's get it. Come on. All right. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. I see you, baby. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Come on, man. Come on with it. Hit that like button. Share this content. Sharing is caring. All right. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? From my studios to yours. Appreciate you, Sean. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, everybody, for rocking and joining in with the Nation, brought to you by Atlas. You can be an Atlas man. All right, Cowboy Nation. The whole news cycle of the 53 man is a real thing. Now, there will be hearts broken, souls snatched, chains taken, uniforms gone by 3 o'clock tomorrow on a Tuesday. Now, the real deal is the fact that we got two guys that's on this screen right now, and shout out to both of them. And their name is Micah Parsons, and as well as Trayvon Diggs. Appreciate y'all so much. A shout out to you, T. Jack C. Burleson. So when we start talking about how this team can elevate and be ready for September the 4th, it starts now. It starts now. Trayvon Diggs got enough time to at least be in practice or at practice and ramp up from there. The only reservations that we may have is this right here. Can he hit and can he take a hit? Let me say this again. Can he hit and can he take a hit? And he did his own thing by working and rehabbing at his own pace over there in Florida. We do know that the Cowboys in general are not the best team as it relates to recovering and getting things going. They were graded D out of the NFL when they did the anonymous poll, and it's a thing. It's a real thing. Like, I'm not, like, people think that I'm taking jabs at the Cowboys for spitting truth, right? And I'm not. I'm not taking the jab at the boys. When I say things that may rub off as negative energy, it's the truth. And not everybody likes that, right? But what I'm getting at is that we got to give a round of applause for Trayvon Diggs on his recovery and being able to be ahead of schedule and on his own terms and not being thrown out to the woodshed and without a element of being able to play. Shout out to you, Jay Worthy. Shout out to you, Jay Business. Shout out to all of the Jays, baby. Yes, indeed. So what we're going to be doing is we know our inefficiencies. We get it. On the defensive side, we can say cornerback, but you got to love. You got to love. You got to love the fact and the notion that, let me pull this up a little bit. Yeah. See, I can see that helmet right there. Come on with it. Yeah. You got to love the fact and the notion that you got Trayvon Diggs back. You got Kaiir Elam, you got Bland, and now you got Trayvon Diggs, right? How fast can Bland learn to play down inside or two-way goes back inside the slot and have Kaiir Elam on the other side of Trayvon Diggs now, right? Or hear me out. Put that butter knife down. Don't shank me with it. Or would you just prefer to just keep Bland and Kaiir Elam, and now you rolling the dice between Zion Childress, right, and Keemon Hall? Those are your two. Or we can sit back and just wait and play the long game. We can play the long game, and the long game will be when I look at this list. Shout out to Spot Rack. We look at this list. We got every transactions that's happening, right? And we can clearly see Terry McLaurin, he got his contract. He signed a 3-year, $96 million contract extension, right? We don't have to see them boys until the latter part of the season. But, you know, good shout out to them, right? They don't have to worry about paying Scary Terry, right? But if I'm looking at this and I'm looking at waiver wires, I'm looking at NFL transactions, I'm going to interior defensive linemen, right? And here are a list of guys. You got Travis Bell. He been released by the Minnesota. You got Raf Hale. You got him being released by the Cleveland. Derek Nandi. He's a guy that he is, traded to the Kansas City Chiefs from the New York. Yeah, he's gone, you know. All right, so you got a list of guys that we can look at. And what will happen is that this list will be crazy. This list is going to be crazy by tomorrow around this time. Well, at least about 3-4 o'clock tomorrow. This list should be extremely crazy when we look at this. And then when we look at these particular situations, we're doing homework, right? That when we bring in the cornerback situation, these are the guys, and none of these names are valid right now because these are not household names, you know. So what we're going to have to do is wait and see. Wait and see. Shout out to you. Law, you had the Nightcat stream. Yeah, TA Cowboy, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Put Izzy in there. Izzy, here's my thoughts with Izzy. Here's my thoughts with Izzy before we play some audio about some of the rumblings that's going on. And then I may, just for those who just not tuning in and didn't get a chance to see the late night Law Nation nightcap version of what we do over here, if you haven't heard of that, let me go ahead and break this down with Izzy. This is a make it or break it situation for him. We've been waiting for so long. And if he can't find the field, it's time. It will be time for us to just tell him, hey, man, you know, we like you, you know, but we want what's best for you. And maybe it could be a situation and scenario that he could be a hard cut, right? It could be that. But I like Izzy. I think he'll be a great depth piece for us. He just never given the opportunity to be a starter. It's crazy. But, you know, it is for what it is. Zion Childress showed up and showed out, and as well as Keemon Hall. I haven't seen Izzy since week 1 of the preseason. Yeah, people, D-line don't have to be fast, basically just big and strong. This is from Anthony Robertson, I meant to say. D-linemen, if you're talking about 3 techs in this particular scheme, they got to be fast, get off their releases and get upfield. This is an attacking style defense, right? And far as the defensive 1 tech, you want them boys to shoot and get upfield. They are not playing 2 gaps, right? So where their hand placements are, and can they get off of their releases? Can they disengage and get upfield? Those are things that you're looking for out of this particular defense. Now, granted, the difference between this defense in what Mike Zim did last season, the 2 gaps, whereas you get the double A-gap mug, that is a different type of approach. Normally it takes 2 to 3 years for defenses to get solid. Well, we ripping the Band-Aid off, and we rolling with Matt Eberflus year 1, and we going to already have our expectations for us to be up to par, right? A lot of people point at 2021 defense, and even though our defense were very opportunistic, if we were able to get to the quarterback, we still had issues and flaws on stopping the run. Normally, when you lay out your defensive infrastructure, you say, okay, I got to get personnel to fit my scheme. I also got to be a salesman so that these players from the older group buy into what I'm doing. And the Cowboys, we don't want to wait for anything. We tired. We ready to win now, and that could be a situation. Show of hands, if you watch the documentary. If you watch the documentary, the Netflix documentary, put a 3 in the chat, and you will see that the Dallas Cowboys, they were not good starting off. It took a time for Jimmy Johnson to nail in his philosophy, nail in his principles, to nail in the kinds of caliber of things that he wants and what he demands from said players. And they showed the contrast between a stern, hard coach versus a lackadaisy coach, right? And some of the olden ways and some of the old philosophies and principles dissipated once Jimmy left the building. Great coaches will have you, and not to say that they didn't play hard for Barry Switzer, because everybody loves the coach that's going to pat you on the backside and say, hey, great job. Oh, man, you know what? You 5 minutes late. Hey, what you was doing? Hey, man, next time, take your time. Be 30 minutes late. I want you to take care of your family. But Jimmy was different. Jimmy was different. He held everybody accountable. And as we are successful, and as we do great things, there's levels to it. What structure you want. What ideology you need to see. What temperaments you would like to bring to the table to just, lo and behold, take away. There's good and there's bad. I think that great coaches find a safe and happy medium. And I truly believe that when you have a bunch of alpha males, you still got to have that alpha mindset as a coach to make sure that you can tame those dogs, right? Yeah, you got to have that. Oh, man, I mentioned dog. Down, boy. God damn, boy, God dog, George. Hey, I was just saying dogs, man. Hey, that George something else, man. But neither here nor there, so that we can be on the same page of everything of what we did and said last night. Appreciate everybody, man, for jumping in and being parts of these episodes. Let's listen to what he said.
If you were in Oxnard for the last 3 weeks, or what would be Dallas now, we all see from the outside what's going on with your former teammate, your former team. What would be advice you could give to Micah Parsons as he now deals with trying to figure out how he handles his contract negotiations?
That's a shaky situation, man. You have an owner on one hand that's basically asking him to go prove it and, play another year. But, you got a young star on the other hand. It's like, I already done proved enough to you. You got to pay me my money. So, I mean, it's really hard to, speak on it, because, with my situation, Jerry franchise tagged me the first time, and he was like, shoot, if you can prove it under this franchise tag, I'll pay you. So I was like, all right, cool. That's basically double dipping to me. You know what I mean? I get the franchise in, money on the back end. So, all right, cool. I go prove it. Did that, and he was a man of his word. He paid me, So it's like, I don't know what was said behind closed doors with their situation. So, I can't just say, like, pay that man or don't pay that man. It's that's their business. Yeah. You feel me?
Because it seems like two different things that shouldn't be touched, and we know it's just Jerry that is in that position. But is that a weird thing that now he jumping around, he holding everything, he's there for you, and then now it's negotiation time?
Well, it might be weird to everybody else, but like coming from Dallas and being in Dallas my whole career, that's all I knew. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't see no difference in it. The owner or the GM is.
But it's two different hats. Like you can see him as the owner, and then now we got to negotiate. But now we still friends, and now we got to negotiate. It seems like a funny dynamic.
It is a funny dynamic, and it's a difficult one, especially when you don't know who you're talking to, whether it is the owner or the GM, or it's the salesman, or it's the guy that controls the socks and the jocks. You don't know who you're talking to. And when we all, as Cowboy fans, we want to win. Right? We want to win. And it's a difficult situation for us to go on and on with contracts. That's the name of the game. That's how everything been pretty much proceed here. Yeah. They ask questions like the police. I wouldn't talk to me. I wouldn't have to talk to me. Yeah. Jimmy Johnson was the best coach over Barry Switzer and Mike McCarthy. I mean, in the last 30 years or 30 seasons, the truest coach we had was Bill Parcells. Right? They could have stretched and pulled that documentary out even further and included the Bill Parcells era, right? And when we start talking about that, you got to strike fear into the players. These are grown men, but you still got to have some type of way to challenge them to a point to hold them accountable. If you don't, then they would begin to run their own mindset, right, and pull from their own reasonings, and you win by chance, not by will or talent or by coaching, right? And coaching plays a major role. You had to be sharper than sharp when you played against the 49ers back in those days. You had to be sharper than sharp when you played against the Bills back in those days. One false move would have you out. One injury, one lack of preparation will have you thrown out. It is difficult to win. It is extremely difficult. And if you look back at Barry Switzer, Cowboys, yes, he loved the players. But in actuality, those guys were able to pull from the previous coach in order to win that particular Super Bowl. Right? So, and then it's a difference of knowledge base too. Because when you listen to Deion Sanders, he never was coached under Jimmy Johnson. So he can only pull from what he know. And when they was asking all of those questionings, right, he can only pull from what he knew at that time. So it is a crazy thing coming off of a Super Bowl. Yes. Appreciate y'all. Tony A., was the Cowboys smarter in the 90s or was the other team just not as sharp? Tony ... A. It's a combination of football was real back in those days, realer. Other teams were just as sharp and nice. They was difficult. Newsflash, shoot, the Eagles always gave us problems. Newsflash, the Washington team early in the parts of the 90s always gave us problems. The 49ers always gave us issues. To that point and to that degree, yes, the alignments of the division was a little bit different. We had Arizona to kick back on, right? But at the end of the day, Cowboys, there's nothing new under the sun. Football been the same side of the field. It's been the same hash marks. It's been the same length, the same field goal measurements, the same size football. There's nothing new under the sun. Yeah, Jerry Jones and my guy Jimmy Johnson, they work well together. You needed that balance. But when it's getting down to who takes the credit was the issue. The credit is where the pains came from. Everybody wanted the credit aspect of it. And let me see if I can pull this up for a quick second here. And this is not any shade, like I said before, about any of this. Shout out to my guy,
to me,
Eric. Here he is.
The most surprising moment to me in that entire documentary is when Jerry says that for 20 years he had a sign on his desk, if you give the credit to others, you can conquer the world. And I jumped up in my recliner watching that, and I thought, well, what'd that do, fall off your desk? Because you say it was on your desk for 20 years, and for the last 25 years, at least, almost 30 years, you don't give anybody credit. It's all about you. You claim that you make the draft pick. You claim that you traded Herschel Walker, and you did not, Jerry. You did not. And I'm sitting there going, had he been able to have that attitude that I've seen great owners have of allowing good people to do good work, it could have been a miracle run. The most surprising moment to me, I said to him one time, and the only time he really got mad, because Jerry's one of the greatest guys in the world with a camera in his face. I said to him live on the air over at Victory Park when we were over at the studios. Mm-hmm. And my question to Jerry was, can you name a team in any sport, that would hire you to be their general manager based on your record, unless, of course, you bring your checkbook with you? Name me a single team. Can you do it? He goes, yes, I can. And I looked at him, I said, I'll wait. Now, it felt like I waited like 15 minutes. I probably waited about 12 seconds, if that. But you know how dead air is. And I'm just staring at him. And he's kind of blubbering around. And I said, Jerry, that's my point. There's not a single team in any sport that would hire you to be their general manager. Not a one. And yet you insist upon being the general manager of one of the most iconic franchises in all the sports. That's my problem with you as the general manager. That's why the Cowboys can't get back to the Super Bowl. We finished the interview. John McKay and Gloria Campos have both swallowed their tongues. They're about ready to throw up in their mouths. They're stumbling to pitch to a commercial break. Jerry stands up. I then reach out to shake hands and thank him for the time, and he just slaps my hand.
Boy, shoot, Dale Hansen a better guy than me because, shoot, Dale Hansen should be a multi-millionaire. Shoot. He broke my phalanges, man. You know, assault battery, you know. But neither here nor there. It's not about who's right, who's wrong. The thing is, the point of it all is, can we move from this particular spot and seeing who we can have on the 53-man that Jerry Jones is assembling now. Granted, we will have to win. You see how hard it is to win. We will have to win in spite of the front office, and I get it. That may come off as negativity. But these are facts that people don't want to hear as it relates to this particular team. And it is harder to win now than it is ever because we got all of the odds against us. It's literally the Dallas Cowboys versus everyone, including the front office. And I know, I get it. The Dallas Cowboys will always be hated by others. The other owners can't stand Jerry because of how he rock and move. Doesn't matter how much money he put in the pockets. Don't y'all realize and understand that the NFL wouldn't have Fox, and I've been saying this for years, right? And the NFL wouldn't have independency as it relates to some of their brand and marketing deals. They would still be rocking with Rydell. And I ain't talking about Roger Goodell. I'm talking about the apparel, right? It was Rydell and Reeboks. Those were the only two. Jeez. But Jerry Jones got ability to make sure that sponsors is in the building, figure out a way to finagle and finesse, which is a good thing, by having the city to pay for the stadium. right? And that's universal now. The city pays for the stadium, or the state of wherever you may be located got these type of things, subsidies, right? That a lot of people don't understand. Subsidies to pay for the stadium that you're going to be at, so that we can have air conditioning, right, inside the stadium, so we can have state-of-the-art type of things as it relates to visuals and beyond. And that's what we getting from all of this. Some BS, no notification, Joey. Oh, man, it's crazy y'all didn't get notification. Jerry's own wife knew that it was a mistake by letting Jimmy go. Now look at us for sure. Yeah, I mean, the biggest mistake, believe it or not, was the success on the back end. Because you would never own up to your truths when you make your success out of your mistake, and then you thinking that that could be the pattern of your decision. But like I said, for many of moons and many of years and many of seasons, that the truth takes its time to get out of the bed. And lo and behold, the only way Jerry Jones can release this weight and this burden on his back, if he can eventually find a way to win the Super Bowl by his doggone self. And that's the reality of it. Because the 500 other coaches that can win this Super Bowl was voided once the truth came out. That, yeah, Jerry, yeah, you won that Super Bowl. But keep in mind, those were still Jimmy players, you know. So that's why it is like that. Cough, cough, taxpayers pay, cough, cough. T-Jack, yeah, you're right, you know. And that's the reality of it, man. But, you know, it is for what it is, Cowboy Nation. Some people are saying that it's true that Micah Parsons will not play week 1 versus the Philadelphia hated Eagles. To a degree, we don't want to rush him out there. He haven't been in physical contact with the others. Jordan Mailata, he ain't no one to sneeze at, right? Maybe you could use him as a decoy, but you got to pray to God that he don't get any injuries. And I'm talking about soft tissue issues. I ain't talking about any major issues. I'm talking about hamstrings, pullings, calf muscles, biceps and stuff like that, and obliques and stuff like that, because you just don't want to throw a person out there and expect that this is Madden. You know, this is not Nintendo. This is not PlayStation. This is not Sega Genesis or whatever. You know, this is real life. In real life, there are consequences and repercussions. So you can't just throw somebody out there expecting to get the results.
A month ago, I said this was the biggest problem Jerry Jones has had since the 90s. Yup. He has not dealt with this. The Cowboys, honestly, are becoming a joke.
Hold on. The 8 soundproof, he has to play. He's under contract. Well, he can show up and say, my neck, my back, and my neck, so that he won't get hit with fines. And then, of course, they're going to have the MRI to see whether or not he have any discrepancies, right? Now, here's what I don't like. Here's what I don't like. When you're authentic, right, and you are true to yourself, and you are, hold on, let me see. When you're authentic and you are true to yourself, that means the multiverse tap in with you, right? That means the world itself speaks for you. But when you are bullsugaring around, you're lying, right? That takes away the ultimate value that you bring to the table. So if Micah Parsons is lying about his injury, lying about this and that, you think that the universe, the multiverse, will favor him for those lies? No. You're going to have to respond and answer to those things, right? So at the end of the day, I get it that Micah Parsons signed a contract, and he will be under contract. But the problem is when you get to the end of life of your contract, 9 times out of 10, you want some assurance. You want to be able to say to yourself or say to this organization, if you trust me, and if you say that you believeth in me, and you know what I bring to the table, why in the hell should I go out here and risk everything? Because Just like that, I'm a Ron Shazier hit away, and I have no futures contracts. So playing at the edge of your life or playing at the end of your contract is never a great thing. Look at Mike McCarthy. Some people stand tall when they at the end of their contract, and some people fold like wallets and lawn chairs. But the psyche of your mind, football is already a gambler sport, meaning that you putting your life on the line. So I don't want you out there making business plans, right? I want you to go out there and play lights out. There's only one speed that players should play, and that's 100%. The moment you hold back and you start thinking, man, what if I tweak my knee? What if I sprain my ankle? What if somebody hit me in my eye? That's when you calling all of the multiverse, all of those negative energy will be at your doorstep saying, hello, what if I get sick? Have you ever noticed somebody been around somebody who's sneezing and coughing, right? And they start saying, man, stop coughing around me before I get sick. What if I get sick by you sneezing and coughing on you? But if you already have a perfect immune system, man, not even COVID can give you that. You know what I'm saying? No cold on this earth can resist your higher channel of energy that you can collect. You can heal yourself. But the moment you tap into that, you begin to sneeze yourself. You begin to cough. And you say, that person gave me that cold. No, your body immune system, your 7 trillion cells, done let its guard down because we speak things into existence. So that's what I'm saying. And the whole mindset of it is that the Cowboys tend to put their own star-studded players into an unnecessary predicament. When all of Parsons' contemporaries that got drafted during the time that he got drafted, the star-studded players, they are already paid, right? So why is it, this is from Alfredo. He states here, why is it that when a player acts like me first, F the team, players, people all say, yeah, they being emotional and passionate. I don't know. Can you rephrase that one? You know, Caro states, why not sign a contract that Jerry already have and stop crying? People go to work every day and don't like their supervisor, manager, shift leads, all of that, but they making the money. Cairo, I don't know if you ever played football in the National Football League, but these are two different things. The average lifespan of a football player is 3 years. That's the average collectively. Football in general had the highest turnover. Their contracts are not guaranteed like baseball nor basketball. And keep in mind, the staff itself in football is 53. We're not even including the 15, I believe, or 18 practice squad players on each team. So you have a very high turnover, you have a smaller shelf life, and you only play 17 games a year. Right? 17 games. That's not a lot. And your money is not guaranteed. So those are things of why players don't go into unknown contracts and say, hey, I'll just play and go blindly with the faith that the Cowboys would take great care of me. So no. But with other jobs, with other jobs, you have a whole lot of security. You can go check in this and check in that. You can file for wrongful termination. You can't do that in the National Football League. Shoot. I'm filing for wrongful termination. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Here today, gone tomorrow. So it is for what it is. I just hope that one day we can look back at these things and say, hey, man, this is just not the proper way to handle this, even though all 32 other teams go through this. But we shouldn't be handling this way.
I mean, it's Monday morning, 10 days before the season starts. We're talking about their best player laying down on a medical table, and is it a big deal or not? And when I first started in this business, it was like we were talking about the Cowboys and the best offensive line in the history of football and Zeke Elliott running for 50. Now we're talking about Micah Parsons laying down on a table 10 days before playing on the road against their division rival. If it's as bad as we hear it is publicly, why haven't the Ravens or the Bills made the call?
Well, yeah. Because at the end of the day, Micah Parsons is under contract, like everybody said. So you can't start tampering with said player. Now, that'll be a good thing for us because we'll definitely pick up the phone and say, hey, they're tampering. They're reaching out to Parsons without us. They better make sure that they reach out to Jerry first. But Jerry can say to Micah Parsons and his team and whoever, I got 3 years. I got 3 years of total control over you, your life, and everything else. And I truly believe what the playmaker said. If, and I know if was a fifth, we all be drunk or high and beyond and all of those things, right? Especially from the playmaker. He said, man, if Jimmy Johnson never left, we would have won 5 Super Bowls in a row, probably, you know. And I like the way Troy Aikman said, I don't know what would have happened. Maybe it could have been multiple Super Bowl rings. Maybe it could have been X, Y, and Z. But 9 times out of 10, the fall off of the boys wouldn't have happened.
Khalil Small, $5.
Khalil!
Shout Law Nation. Shout out Memphis. Why don't Cowboys players take the hometown discount and use the Cowboys brand and connections off the field?
Nobody's going to play around with their career that way. Rain falls on the just and the unjust. No one will be willing to do that on a consistent basis. There are some players who took the hometown or the home team discount and was still spit upon, sullied, and denigrated. Cut them, release them. What if I told you Tyron Smith took the home team discount? Was he honored for that? A third of the fan base says, cut him, get rid of him. He's always hurt. He's no good. He's not worth it here. Tyron Smith would never get that money back. We could talk about endorsement deals and these sorts of things, but look how strangely those lines could be blurred. Even with Cam Newton, when he had he didn't play with the Cowboys, though. But he said one wrong move about a certain community, and they pulled his yogurt sponsorship deals. And the NFL itself sullied and denigrated a lot of things, even with Ezekiel Elliott. He would never get the sponsor dollars that he's supposed to get after his rookie season because of those allegations. Sprite pulled back. Nike was like, I don't know. And Zeke never been arrested, never been charged, but it was the public opinion. So, yes, it's been all of those things. Yeah, Tyron is fine, millionaire for sure, discount, millionaire for life, but he would never get that money back. Amari Cooper, the $6 million that he took less to play here, he would never get that $6 million back, man. This is a war between millionaires and billionaires. And nobody is going to go to the billionaire and say, hey, man, pay me dog water. Pay me dog food. It don't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. When everyone else is getting paid what is desired or earning. And then there are this right here. There is an NFL PA, even though they are the weakest amongst everybody. You can't sit back and say, okay, there will be an ongoing investigation, if the market value or the market rate says that the market for, let's use an example, the quarterback market, the market is 50 to 60 million now since Dak Prescott signed a $60 million contract for his APY. If Dak Prescott walks up in there and say, hey, I want to do what's right for the team, and I'm going to play only for my cap limit is $25 million. The NFL and the NFL other players in the community will revolt. Because you got to understand, it is the NFL players versus the NFL owners. And the owners are always trying to go low. They will sell as low as possible versus paying the market value if necessary. Yeah. So that's just for what it is. And those who will never understand, unfortunately, B Fatty, I don't think in life, I don't know what you do for a living, but obviously you troll, but I can guarantee you and book it that you don't make six figures or more based off of your conversation. I don't know. You could be a multimillionaire, but I can guarantee you that if you working for a company and they say, instead of paying you six figures, we're going to pay you $25,000, but you can live here for free. You don't have to worry about paying lights or water. You can just live here for free. But every man, and then when it's time for you to get a big payday, they cut you and they find someone else, and you could have been making your money that you deserve to make. Life just doesn't work that way, brother. That's just for what it is, unfortunately. And as a person who graduated top of my class in econ and worked for one of the highest, and I'm not just out here blowing smoke up, you know what? For the high, you got to have clearance to work where I worked at. I'm telling y'all the truth as it relates to contracting. One-on-one, nobody is willing to do that across the league. You can guarantee it, shit. Yeah. My guy says, don't trip. I guarantee you don't make over $6 million. Yeah. I make $6 a day. Yeah. Good. Yeah. I'm broke, busted, and disgusted. I don't make a lot of money here. You know what I'm saying? I don't make a lot of money here. But y'all know I'm telling the truth. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it is for what it is. I just know how to pay off things. You know what I'm saying? I just know how to pay off things. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? That's just for what it is. Cowboy Nation. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to guide y'all on a pathway to destruction. But if you listen to what I'm saying, I'm guiding you to a pathway of security. And the Cowboys, some people like TJ, some folks, man, they just don't understand. Yeah. So do you think Parsons will play week 1? I don't think that he will, but if he do, lo and behold, I hope that he don't get 60 snaps. I hope that he don't get 60 snaps. It's not the sacrifice of winning week 1 that you ultimately need to win, but it's the ultimate sacrifice for the season. Got the super chat.
Eric, Old Head Yumble, Stewart $19.99. Law, you have to realize that the Cowboys only won the 3 Super Bowls in the 90s is because there wasn't a salary cap. Now is that unfair since you are always talking about unfair situations when it comes to the Eagles?
He says only. Who got paid big money in 92? Who did we acquire on that team? See, Eric, you don't even understand look, you could have kept that $20, you know what I'm saying? You could have just kept that $20 and put towards another cost. At the end of the day, who was on that team that was getting paid unbelievable money in 1992, right? That we went out and scraped and go get that nobody else wanted, right? Oh, Charles Haley. That's the only person that you can name. Everybody else was homegrown. Oh, and when we won back-to-back, what the salary cap had to do with anything with that? Nothing. The NFL only put those stipulations far as salary cap because Jerry Jones had to figure out ways to help the league. Now, they do revenue sharing, but nothing had to do with the Cowboys not winning with or without salary cap in 2006 with that slick ball. It had nothing to do with it. If Tony Romo hold on to that ball, we win that game. In 2007, nothing had to do with the team's salary cap infrastructure, whether you had money or not. When the Cowboys decided to go to Cabo, they were not prepared. Coaching matters. Had nothing to do. And a matter of fact, Eric, there's no salary cap as it relates to coaching. 2014, nothing to do with the salary cap held the boys back outside of coaching, outside of going out there making one or two more deals. The Cowboys sat on money. So salary cap ain't the issue. Coaching, the way that they implemented those things for 13 years, 13 seasons, we had Jerry Jones had Jason Garrett here. You can turn caps off. Jason Garrett just wasn't a good coach. So nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that at all. So when people start mentioning salary cap and these sorts of things, the Cowboys get in their own way. In 2023, when the Cowboys marched in there versus Green Bay Packers, nothing to do with the salary cap, everything to do with coaching. Put it like this. The Cowboys, what it was, 2020, 2021, 2020, the Cowboys had $90 million. $90 million. And let me know what they did with that money. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. If Dak don't throw those 2 picks against San Fran, you're right. I'm on record saying that first pick, Dak had no dealings of throwing it. But a great coach would never call empty inside your own 20. Great coach would never do that. On 2nd and 2, when your running back goes down, Tony Pollard, great coaching would have been able to say, hey, let's revamp and let's get these guys in rhythm. Yeah, Dez definitely caught it. Yeah. So those are the things that people got to open their minds up to, right? Instead of pinning it on salary cap. But when waivers hit, the Cowboys better be proactive, not retro. And when we start to look at waiveries, you got Tennessee Titans, Cleveland, New York, New England, Jacksonville Jaguars, the Raiders, the Jets, and we're still at number 12. So when cut day happens, we have the 12th pecking order, the 12th slot. We're going to have to make sure that we can still position ourselves and not be so gung-ho on our own and saying that we love our own, right? And getting this right here, far as the information for the nation of making sure that the best players are that. At the end of the day, those should be the solutions there. How many guys should we go with on that aspect, and how many guys should we go with on this aspect? Let me see what we got here. Bear with me. Got some more developing news here. Bear with me. Yeah. Of course, we talked about him getting his biggest contract, Scary Terry, who's not so scary. He's a little bit more scarier last season than any other season that was around us, right? The Cowboys just got to make sure that when we look back at everything, we are okay with what we got. All right, so the Cowboys have released La'el Collins. We put a scratch through him already. Nick Broker, we already talked about that. Denzel Daxon, we talked about him. Josh Kelly, Troy Pride, John Stevens, and cornerback Christian Matthews. Okay, so we already talked about these guys. Okay, so Broker gone. La'el Collins is gone. Troy Pride is gone. But let me stick to the offense. Josh Kelly. Let me do it like this. Josh Kelly, he's gone. I think that they're going to bring Josh Kelly back to the practice squad, though. I think Josh Kelly deserved to be on the practice squad, too, by the way. I think that he played enough to solidify what he can bring to the table. I like Josh Kelly, by the way. It's just that he didn't give us enough in these games. And I think that down the stretch, the Cowboys will find a way to bring this guy back to the practice squad. Neville, he's gone. He didn't give us a lot on offense, far as the tight end room, right? And we are hoping that somehow we can find a way to keep Fairweather here. We see that they let go John Stevens Jr. He was a guy that still was fighting back from that injury, and we saw that he had some things that needed to be there in these type of situations. Anthony Robertson says Jerry Way has not won. You're right. Shoot, it's definitely not the way. Started negotiations and all of that stuff is a crazy one, right? What we got here? And I'm just don't want to hear James Houston being released, and he's still on his team, so that's a good thing. Cowboy Nation. So when we look at all of this, you want to be prepared to be able to get in the right directions. Since we have enough people here, I want to let y'all know one little thing. If you want to stay clean, if you want to stay sharp, look, I got something for you. And especially if you got some facial hair that you need to get trimmed up, I got that for you as well. But if you don't know about it, let me tell you about it.
How to be an Atlas man. First, gently glide your House of Atlas razor with the grain to ensure a precise, comfortable shave. Then, drop your transmission with nothing but a spoon. Anything's a tool in the hands of an Atlas man. Now apply Atlas Calming Aftershave. Welcome to the top. Welcome to Atlas.
Be the smoothest guy in the room. Durable blades for long-lasting smoothness. Precision trim edges for detail and also cutting those sideburns. With a stabilized stainless steel for a smoother shave. Dermatologist tested, comfortable, smooth glide. This will be your number one blade in the world. And all you have to do is remember House of Atlas. Shave with the best. No doubt. Be sure to shave with the best and also listen to nothing but the best of Atlas. And you can get your information for the nation, your shaving cream, your beard butter, and all of that good stuff from Atlas. Salute, kudos, and credence to them. And get percentages off when you use promo code LAW. Look, Gator Man says, let's trade Micah and call it a day. The whole Micah problem is this right here. You got to find two to tangle, right? And on top of that, if you trade away your number one asset, right, as far as on this defense, what you looking for to get in return? Because even with Parsons, this is the reason why we all agree that the distractions, the levels of not paying your star-studded players, it trickles over into the regular season. But there still could be a situation and scenario that with what we have, how can we be victorious? There's two things that we need to do in order to beat the Eagles. Run the ball and stop the run. Run the ball creates opportunity far as time, and that time is TOP. And you got to be able to make sure that if you can stop the run and force Hurts to throw the ball, that can be a good thing for us. The problem is that we have no tangible information and evidence that we can do the both, right? And that's just the reality of it. On the John Stevens experiment is over, give it to Fairweather. Let me ask you this, smoke one for you. Do you have Fairweather on your 53? Do you have Fairweather on your 53? Do you have that on your 53? Mo Money Mayfield said Herschel Walker trade. As much as I want to tell y'all that Herschel Walker trade was brilliant, but you got to quantify the facts that everybody that was in that building, in that room, is not here for those type of wiggles and craftiness, right? And we still talking about that to this day. And why would a team be foolish enough to be Herschel Walker too, by the way? Yes. So y'all have fair weather on your 53 man. Okay. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me go back to this chart line then for your mind. Because the Cowboys said that there may be some surprise cuts. And if there's a surprise cut, not to beat you up, my guy. If there's a surprise cut, that means that you got to get rid of Schoonmaker, because at this point in time, what Schoonmaker does that Fairweather can't do? What do Schoonmaker would do that Fairweather can't do? So that's why you will have to do that. That's going to be some big, I'm talking about some big gonads of the Joneses if they can do that, right? If they look into the mirror, not sky mirror, and say to themselves, man, oh man. Let me see from here. Law, we are no way in a position to beat the Eagles. This is from Ronaldo. How do you say that? How can you fix yourself to say that? We don't know we don't have rollover credibility. You 1 year to the next year. And excuse me, the Eagles was in a dogfight with the Green Bay Packers week 1, right? And can somebody educate me? Did they lose to the Buccaneers last season? Did they lose to the Bucs last season? Did they lose to the Bucs last season? Let me know. And I'm willing to say, let this AI speak.
Immortal Legend $5. Outside of DL, is it safe to say they did solid in the offseason? I'm seeing a lot of hard decisions to be made of cuts.
Immortal Legend. Oh my God. Yeah, the Cowboys did good during this offseason. I can contest to that. Bringing in George Pickens, that was a needle mover for us, and that helps out this offense tremendously. And by Schottenheimer saying that, hey, I want to better this team through coaching, boy, we can see that. Linebackers are absolutely fitting and filling holes. Now, our unknowns would be, now that Trayvon Diggs is back, that give us a little bit more wiggle room, by the way. But one of our unknowns would be the simple strength in the facts that our running back game, we don't know what it's going to look like, just being real with you guys. But if I'm a betting man, which I am, I'm taking this guy, the running back room, over what Jeff Blasco tried to assemble last season. Yes, and what I'm talking about, the Eagles did lose to the Bucs last season. And hands down, from my mouth to y'all ears, I think that this team can beat last year's Bucs team. I think that we can definitely give the Bucs a run for their money. And I think that this team can go toe-to-toe with the Bucs now. So it's an any given Sunday. It's an any given situation. Yeah, and this guy. Yeah, appreciate you. Eagles lost a few defensive players. Yeah. So I'm not sitting here thinking that we going to have the Super Friends show this week. We're trying to coordinate the time frames. And if y'all think that we got more issues this year than we had last year, come on with it. I'm not tripping at all. I'm going back to my guy. If you want to crown him. Shoot. We let him off the hook. I don't think we're going to let him off the hook. Yeah. Yeah, Dwight Barrow said lost to the Bucs last year, lost to them in the first round of the playoff last year before too. Yeah, here's the thing. The only reason why we have rollover negative energy is because of the front office on how they kind of fumbled this Micah Parsons thing. If Micah Parsons was signed 4 or 5 weeks ago we wouldn't even be having this conversation. He'll be right now in tip-top shape. We'll be talking about, look at Micah Parsons with Donovan Ezaraku on the other side, or Micah Parsons with Marshawn kneeling on the other side, because we wouldn't have been able to see Micah Parsons anyway in preseason because they don't play guys in preseason. Anyway, Dennis Green, we let him off the hook. And our linebackers, how they fitting and feeling. Here's what I want to say, though. So many people continually to say, I made up that word, continuously, that's the better way to say it, continuously, to say that the Cowboys not going to be able to stop the run. Based off of last year's Cowboys defense and the year before that and the year before that. And technically, Cowboys were better at stopping the run than most people give credit than at least the damn Washington team, right? Technically, the Cowboys' run issues literally was birthed by this positioning group that a lot of people failed to point out. See, when people talk about front seven, 9 times out of 10, they put in the fact that part of your front seven is linebackers. We haven't had a true linebacker in the building since the days that we have Rolando McClain, number 55. We got some studs now hitting at that particular spot that's willing to crack you, come down, hit and fill those holes and fill those gaps. So that's why I say that the linebacker room is a very important piece for this front seven. If you think I'm lying, what's the guy, Eagles fans, since y'all watching, what's the guy that y'all picked up that was tremendous help for you guys out of the linebacker room? I forgot his name. He played for the Saints for several years. Without him, you guys, and I think that he was like surprise player of the year, whatever it may be for the Eagles. He benefited from, of course, scraping and getting hits and stuff. What's his name? Y'all help me out. We got legit. Come on, Mr. Range Rover. Yeah, we got legit linebackers. But we talking about we can't stop the run. Man, for all of these years, we had a guy with a half of a neck. We had guys that were playing safety at linebackers. Yeah. Zach Bond. If you go back and watch some of the Eagles' defenses, without Zach Bond, they'll be suspect in some of those run fits. Who was the leading tackler for the Philadelphia Eagles, Cowboy Nation, for those who watch the Eagles or Eagles? Eric, who was the leading tackle? Who's the leading tackler for your team? Can you put that in the chat? Put that in the chat. Who was the leading tackler? We like what we see. Zach Bond was the leading tackler. Come on with it, man. Shoot, we know football around here. We ain't playing around. We ain't playing around with this. So that's why the offseason moves were very vital to getting a Zach Sanborn. Very vital of getting a Kenneth Murray. Very vital to draft James Shamar, or Shamar James. It was very vital for us to make sure that Mears Leofow goes into a situation where is he playing through the echoes of the whistle, shooting through there like a kamikaze. People fail to realize this. There was a guy named Roquan Smith. Let me know what team he played for and who was his coach and how dynamic. Now, granted, Roquan Smith coming out of college was already a dog, by the way. But let me know where his rudiments and all of that good stuff came from. Shoot. Y'all sneaking around and playing around, but the guys that we have here now, I'm not saying that we're going to have a Roquan Smith type of impact, but let Mears Leofow be healthy for the remainder of the season. Shoot. Come on, Dre Matic. Woo, boy. He shoot Dre Matic off the top rope with my explanation, baby. Matt Eberflus. Yeah. All right, so let me retweet this. Joseph Hoyt. Got this right here, and got it visible so we can all see it. Chi-Town, get down. Yeah. Yes, indeed. And what else did Matt Eberflus had on that defense? It started with a Jalen. You know what I'm saying? You know, can you put his last name? And we ain't talking about the linebacker. Come on with it. Shoot, Matt Eberflus, he gonna be playing 3D chess out there. He gonna be like, oh snap, I got Diggs, I got Kyer Elam back. Shh. I got Diggs back, I got Kyer Elam, I got Bland. Jeez. Y'all think it's a game? Shoot. Matt been holding stuff back, man. Shoot. When I saw him play overs in the red zone, I was like, okay, all right, he ain't showing us nothing. He making sure he ain't giving us none of the tea or none of the examples of what this defense is going to look like, by the way. Cowboys making 8 rosters move per team. This is my guy Joseph, so we can see everything. Nick, he's gone. Denzel, not Washington, but Daxon is gone. Josh Kelly is gone. Tyler Neville, Troy Pride, John Stevens, and released earlier was La'el Collins and Christian Matthews. So at this time and at this moment, what I like to do is, since we've been rumbling and stuff, Jalen Johnson. Yeah, Jalen Johnson. Yeah. I said Smith earlier. But Jalen Johnson, my bad. Appreciate you, David Jenkins, for the correction there, Dramatic. Appreciate both of y'all. My bad. I'm thinking Jalen Smith from the Cowboys. But I meant Jalen Johnson. And I'm not saying that I'm giving all of the credit to Matt Eberflus on that, because Jalen always was a dog to me. But watch what we're going to look like this season, baby. All right, so here's what I like to do, man. We like to pull up this moment to give you guys an opportunity to call in to this particular show. Get your points together. If you want to debate about a topic of who you would like to see on this team, we can bring that up. But keep in mind,
call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for line. Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Keep it super.
I want to see results, legitimate results from the team. I get you, Christopher Blunt. We all want results. We ain't here to just look good. But remember, like I said, we the final boss. This call line is brought to you by RogueShop. Be sure to check out RogueShop for all of your needs, especially if you have trouble sleeping, anxiety. Visit RogueShop.com. Use code LAW and get a little bit off of your flowers. But my line, the hotline for your mind, 657-390-7391. Can one of the mods or somebody put that number? Can somebody put that number in the chat so that we can pin it to the top? Hit my line. Y'all listen to Mo Money. Y'all listen to my guy Mo Money Mayfield. You know, we ain't try to have a statement. We just try to have some conversations, right? I got from the 484 Hood Quavius Cushington. Brought to you by RogueShop, man. What's good with you, bro? Talk to me.
I can't call it, my man. Just chilling. Mm-hmm. Wanted to just expound on these roster cuts being sort of just starting.
Yeah, they just started.
No big surprise. No big surprise. Unfortunate for some of these guys, but hopefully they put good tape out, so maybe 31 of the other teams might pick them up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I mean, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Did a live last night. I was did a little 53.
Okay.
Is it just me, or is just like the George Pickens trade, him coming here kind of shook up the wide receiver room?
It did.
Do you think the Mingo injury saved the wide receiver or two?
I think so. So I'm curious on how the Cowboys will move with this. Now, Mingo, like the need to be right? We understand that. We all seen the documentary. We understand that the Joneses front office, they want to be right. And I get no ill wills of that. But if you burn in a 4th-round draft pick for Mingo, and if you don't get the chance to see him out there on the field, I think that that's lack of production. I think that that's a lack of a top 100 player. I think top 100 players go all the way into the 4th round, do they? Or somewhere close to that number. So yeah. So I think that that's a valuable spot. So Mingo's injury did play a crazy role, and it may have given Non-Lives Brooks an extra shot at this, because I think that before that time frame, I think that my guy Brooks would have been up out of here.
Yeah, I'd say Brooks or even Tolbert. I mean, Tolbert could still be traded. It's just my thing with Tolbert is inconsistency.
Right.
It's just complete inconsistency. Like, he'll have a great game.
Yeah.
3 games, nothing. Then have an okay game. 2 games, nothing. Even in practice and in preseason, he really didn't wow. Like, of course, you're not looking. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're looking for if you're evaluating these players,
right?
You're looking for them to wow you,
right?
Especially if they got a spot on this team and you have 2 prominent wide receivers. So, I mean, a 3rd wide receiver set. The fact that we're going to be running a lot of 12, 13 personnel.
No doubt.
I don't see there being a wide use for a wide receiver 3 unless it's I think that Shotty's going to have this ball been thrown all over the field. But, what's your defensive question? Because I want to ask people, you got offense and you got defense. What's your defensive question before I let the next call on? All right, the defensive question, my thing is, all right, so Trayvon is pretty much the same question as the first one.
Right.
Trayvon Diggs being completely healthy. I believe Shavon Rebel probably saved the spot for somebody, but I think Diggs is about to take that spot away.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think it's Andrew Booth.
Yeah. I
think it's Kalen Carson.
Kalen Carson's injury, I guess, AR to designated to return. I don't think that they're going to cut ties with him, although he don't have any sponsors in the building, I heard. But this could be a situation this is why we see Troy Pride already gone, though. Troy Pride probably made this team before they made the announcement that Diggs is returning day 1.
But here's the thing. They didn't oust Zion Childress, though.
No, because Zion and Keemon are just a little bit more valuable because of their ability to play down inside the slot.
All right, and which brings them, which holds to my question, Kalen Carson.
No, I think Kalen Carson is a depth piece. I think that you got to get at least a look at him in Matt Eberflus system before we throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Okay.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Let people know where you are, man, where they can find and follow your content, bro.
You already know. This is your boy Hood W. Kush with the Basement Boys podcast. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube for the time being. Yeah. I'll be branching out more. So, hey, Lord, man, you keep up the great work, man. Keep doing the Lord's work. And how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? As the Hood Quavius Cushington. Louis says Troy Pride is better than Booth. I think what Booth separates from them two, you got to find you sponsors, man. Booth knew how to go to that special team coach and say, hey, put me in, man. That's on me, baby. That's on me, baby. I got the 901, and that is the 901 boys in the building, man. Talk to me.
What's up? Shout out Law Nation. Shout out Memphis. Let me take it up another level. Shout out Law Nation. Shout out Memphis. I ain't got it today, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You don't got it today, man. Glow, man. Put glow in there. Yeah, glow.
Today, man.
Oh, man, what's going on with you today, man? You all right? Need some RogueShop?
Out here on the route trying to stretch these legs out.
Oh, yeah.
Running from dogs.
But, you got to get your spray, man. You got to get your spray.
I know, right? I know you said you want to talk about offense, defense, but I want to revert back to the comment on the super chat. Mm-hmm. What I was trying to say was the Dallas Cowboys is such a big brand, and I know you said about the Players Association try to keep the pay at a certain level.
Right.
But I'm thinking about all the off the field stuff you can get and maybe you can incentivize your contract like how they do with you, sacks, tackles, interceptions. Maybe you can, Micah can incentivize his contract, meaning, hey, if I take a little bit less, are you going to go get me a Pro Bowl DT or a Pro Bowl corner?
You remember if you watch that documentary, right? And I'm glad the documentary is out so people can understand what I'm saying. You remember that was part of the problem of going to Dallas, that they thought that people were using Pepsi as a side deal so that they can get players, right? So they don't want nobody, commingling some type of these type of sponsorship dollars so it can be a leverage play or a ploy to get players. So every money that comes into their hand and is taxed, it is also researched from the NFL committee and things of that nature. And it's literally Cowboys versus everyone because you can't offset it via, sponsorship dollars. And there was an article out there a couple of years back that they found out New England Patriots were doing that with TB12, with him having his own personalized brandings in the stadium, which was a no-go. But they kind of like, at that time, Tom Brady had already won 4 or 5 Super Bowls at that time, so they kind of swept that under the rug. Cowboys can't get away with that type of stuff.
I'm thinking about off-the-field stuff. Restaurants, you see Tony Romo, CBS, Jason Witten was on Monday Night Football. He had no reason of being on there.
Right.
I'm just thinking about, deals with AT&T, deals with hotels, deals with restaurants, that type thing. And that's all I got, man. It's money. I'm trying to get my legs under me.
Man, get your legs,
Cowboys.
man. Go.
Shout out Law Nation. Shout out Memphis. Shout out 3-6. Let's go. Tear the club up.
Tear them up, man. Tear them up. That 901 boys, man. And I hope that you guys, it's a competitive advantage, which is illegal in the National Football League. So once they catch wind of it, they can be sanctioned and a whole bunch of other stuff. There's a lot of red tape as it relates to the Cowboys when playing here. Now, if I'm the owner, then if I really want you, if I'm a billionaire, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I'm like, Micah Parsons, hey, Mike, I'm going to give you this contract. But if you go down there, West Dallas, off of this street, go to this house, there's a package at the front door inside the, you know what I'm saying, inside the bathroom. Go in there and open it up. And Micah will open it up. Oh, okay, all right. I'll be paying people under the table. Jerry, you ain't got many years, man. Go ahead and throw some scandalous stuff to get these guys paid, man. But it's impossible to do that if you get caught. Jerry Jones don't want to lose his nest egg, and that is the Cowboys franchise. So that's why Jerry, he want to do it, but you just never know who gonna set you up and get you in all type of trouble. Y'all saw how they got Michael Irvin. Had a private camera in the back of the seat of the car. People don't like us, man. Yeah, they had.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
Yeah, man, they set Michael Irvin up, man, shoot. Yeah, so it is for what it is. It is a scandalous world out here, bro. And I got from the 201, 100 grand with the plan, man. Talk to me, man.
Look, man. Ain't no shout out Memphis, man. We beefing with Memphis, especially Memphis PD dropping the ball, man. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Dolph, man. Throw them Dolph emojis in the chat.
Yeah.
We ain't rocking with Memphis right now.
Oh, yeah, Tennessee. Collective bargaining agreement, T-Jack. He said, what is CBA? Yeah. Yes, indeed,
rocking
boy.
with Memphis right now, man.
Yeah.
Shame. Damn shame.
Yes,
for
indeed.
those who know. If you don't know, then let it go over your head. But if you do know, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Illuminati all over my body, baby. They ain't like the independency. You get in terrible trouble when you start trying. When you stand, I'm gonna own my own masters. Independent. You get into terrible troubles, bro. You get all type of stuff.
Everybody want a piece of you. They want some of that money. Man.
So when Jerry Jones was like, hey, I'm gonna sue the NFL. I want my own sponsors. I want my own brands. That's how it is, bro. That's exactly how it is around this world. They don't like the independencies of everything, though.
No, they don't. They don't.
Nah.
Everybody want to eat off you. You gonna have to. Somebody gonna have to eat off you, or you gonna make some money for somebody. Yeah, that's just what it is. You ain't gonna just make money for yourself.
Yes, indeed.
It don't go down like that.
So 100, man. What you got for me today, man? What you got for me, bro?
But look, man. You got these teams out here already saying, "Oh, when we win the Super Bowl, come on, Commanders." You don't just automatically just go to the Super Bowl because of what y'all did last year, man. No, I'm gonna need that to stop, man. They going crazy, Law, man. They Super Bowl. We signed Terry back. Y'all need to cut it out, man.
Cut it out, man.
You know what I mean? That's not what's happening, man. And listen, this Micah thing, I'm not worried about it. I think I know we're gonna beat the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Because if this would have happened, Micah went all through training camp, Law. Ain't nobody else get reps in his spot. Now all of a sudden, I'm not going to play week 1. I'm holding out. Okay. I would be worried, Law. Like, come on, man. He ain't even. We don't know. We ain't got nobody else in this spot because he done took all the reps all season. That's not the case. So we prepared for him not being there. That's a leg up on the defense, man.
Oh, I get. Okay. I see what you did there. I seen the play that you made right there. So from your opinion, by us already knowingly that Micah Parsons haven't been getting those reps and haven't been getting those executions out there, that the Cowboys are already prepared to work week 1 without him, regardless of the situation.
Him Diggs, yeah. They already know what they're gonna do. They already planned for it already. You already said when you was out there in Oxnard, this guy am playing a Micah role. That guy playing a Micah role.
Yeah. Yeah. I see where you're going with that. I see where you're going with that. I can live with that to that point. But Micah is our star-studded player on defense.
I'm not saying that he's not.
No. But what I'm saying is the danger of the fire would be if we do win, like drastically win, right? And I think John Machota pulled this up on Cowboys Collective, which we going back and forth on whether or not should we do Cowboys Collective tonight or tomorrow. But here's what we're talking about, though. What happened if the Cowboys do blow out the Eagles week 1? And I know some people say that's far of a stretch, but what happened if that do happen? You win games without Parsons. What will happen then to his particular leverage on that?
You know what happens with that, Law?
What is that? I want to know your opinion.
Imagine when we get Michael Parsons back.
I love your thinking. Thinking, baby. Come on with it. Yeah.
Let's go, man.
Let's go. Yeah.
Because every time we lose because we don't have enough talent on the field. We don't have enough guys.
Yeah.
You can't say, all right, man, we beat the Eagles. We could just cut Micah. No, we need Micah for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Adding
Let's
to this.
go, man.
That's what we need to do.
Let's go.
That's the mindset, man. We got to stop with this. What y'all going to say if George Pickens go out there and give us 3 tubs, 250? Oh, we can cut CD?
Woo! Hey, you know why I say that is because the Cowboys been always kind of like versus each other. It even Roger Staubach, when Danny White started playing at the edge of his career, they're like, hey, Roger, can you dodge up out the way because Danny White? And we saw as well as even through the years of Troy Aikman, right? Steve Wash to a degree, and then Burline to a whole nother factor in points, and Rodney Peete and all of these boys, quote unquote, people were banging the table to see them juxtaposed to Troy. So it's always the backups it's always we got to get them in versus the starters. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
What we dealing with right now, Lord, what we got on our side, not
What we
only
got?
do we not have talent, we have the element of surprise. Micah's not going to be there. When he comes back, you don't know what we're going to have him doing. Micah's not there. They don't know what those guys are doing week 1, week 2. We coming out there and we punching them in the mouth, and we got the element of surprise by us.
And they understand the cost.
You're right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
you're right.
it's a whole bunch of elements of surprises, all on the offense and the defense. Oh, we 2-0, baby. We 2-0. Matter of fact, who the third game? Who we play the third game in? Who's the third game?
We played Chicago Bears, I believe. Let me.
Wait
a minute.
I'm telling you this right now. I'm already trying to set things up because I already know we beating the Eagles, man. And I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Talk to me.
Gonna lose to them Giants. Listen. I've been that front. That Giants front ain't no joke.
Oh, yeah. Well, they do got some reinforcements.
And Terry has not been there. Who else? The other Noah has not been there.
Wait, and we just got to be locked, loaded, and ready, man. I am looking at week 1. Yeah.
In Dallas, Giants, Eagles, for the division, Lord, that game gonna be crazy. And we gonna beat the Giants, but I'm just saying that the stadium, man, I'm telling you. But I'm not worried about the Eagles.
Here's what I'm gonna say with this before I let you go. Philadelphia week 1, we win. It's a mandatory that we win week 2. It's mandatory. I'm not taking anything less because it would take away and wash away the whole ideology if you win week 1. You got to win first two. First two, you got to win first two.
I think we might blow. I think if we win, week 1. We gonna go into home opener, Dallas, coming off beating the champs.
Yeah.
Giants don't stand a chance. Giants don't stand a chance. I'm telling you this right now. We might blow the Giants out week 2. I'm telling you right now, man.
Yeah. Shoot your head, man. Appreciate you, man, for calling in, man. Let me hear you say it, bro. Let me hear you say it. Let people know where to go.
Nigel won for $5. I might have missed it if you talked on it, but what do you think about Cam Akers? He was cut by the Saints.
Oh, my Mississippi boy, Cam Akers. They cut him? I got to look at his tape, to be honest with you. I haven't seen him play in the last 2 years or what have you. I think that he's a good change of pace back. Let's see what they got here. Sources. All right, hold on. They really waiting on this Trey Hendrickson's situation, and then we'll get back to that. Appreciate you, Watson, man. Appreciate you. I think that the seat that we are in, running backs, interior defensive linemen, those should be our creme de la cremes of who we need to find and get things going. Akers wouldn't even beat out Dano Deuce. This is my guy T-Jack. Hey. But let me see what we got here. Hold tight for me, Cowboy Nation. Let me see. All right, so no. All right, after talking to some folks, there are some bubble players that I expect to be on this roster. Mozzie. So for the Mozzie Michigan Unites, let's round them up. Mozzie, give him a round of applause. Booth. I'm trying to put that T in there. But the Mississippian here always say Booth. Miles Monroe, nope, but Miles Sanders. Damone Clark. The reason why Damone Clark will probably have his better season is because of the simple strength that, we literally got a linebacker coach that know what the hell a linebacker's supposed to do, right? And a Johnny Cornelius. I like a Johnny. I think that a Johnny got a high upside. I like his demeanor. And let me see what we have here. Also, all right, so this is the news that I'm always trying to join this between what's going on with the Cowboys and what's going on with the Bengals with Trey Hendrickson's, because Trey Hendrickson's in the last 3 years, that brother right there been averaging about 17 to 18 sacks. His production, his productivity been a little bit higher than Micah Parsons, by the way. Sources, the Bengals have restarted the talks of All-Pro Trey Hendrickson's on a new deal for 2025. And it's from my guy Jordan Schultz, states, my understanding is the two sides have been exploring more unique avenues to get something done, giving Hendrickson's more money this season while still letting his contract expire after this year has been discussed. More work to do, but the cautions optimism, a source said. Okay, so I've seen trade proposals, not by the front office, but by casual fans or fans in general, of trading Micah Parsons with, the Bengals, and that's a whole nother conversation. I would not give the Bengals a Super Bowl. I like Trey Hendrickson, by the way. But if you trade this guy for that guy, and of course they're going to want remunerations and a whole bunch of other stuff, and we can barely pay Parsons, I think that Trey Hendrickson's will not work to this degree because you still got to pay him. And Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones in the front office, basically, they like homegrown guys, believe it or not. So I think that the allegiance is still with Michael Parsons as opposed to a guy that's about 3 to 4 years older. And I think he's about 4, maybe 5 years. I don't know for sure of how much older, but he is older, And I wouldn't do that because he could be on a spiral downward opposed to spiraling upwards. But I got the next caller on the line from the 702. I got Vegas in the building, man. What's good with you? Talk to me.
Hey, Law, what's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. What you got?
Hey, so I got a couple of questions. I hope that you can answer for me. So with the Cowboys this year, because the offense is going to be sitting around Ferg, CD, Pickens, and Turp, right? So we know teams are going to play maybe a cover 2, which is show coverage, or possibly a cover 3, or even drop maybe 8 men in the coverage. Do you think the Cowboys will be committed to the running game, situations?
Well, they're going to play more base front. They're going to have 3 linebackers out there easily, right? One of our impediments on stopping the run is that we tried to stop the run before Zim got here with nickel defense, right? And you play ball, right? I can tell you in your voice, you play ball. Yeah. Nickel defense is good for stopping the pass. You got nickel defenses because you're a faster team, right? Depending on it's a good principle to play big nickel when you have a bigger safety that's flexible enough and got good feet to be inside the box, because that's like a cheat code, right? And I get that. But that's been our staple piece from 2021, 2022, and 2023. In the 2024 season, we had a brand new defense, which was ripped out of the plastic, and it was going to be growing pains with that, far as all of the injuries that we had too. So we really can't really put a pin on it and say the Cowboys last year couldn't stop the run. Well, we had a lot of injuries, which is excuses. I give you that. But you just don't have that type of year when you having a new defense, new things that's trying to change our old philosophies. But this defense, I think that is going to be more of the cover 2 high shells, but aggressive corners on the outside. Teams are not just going to do a 3-step drop and say, okay, all day I'm targeting Trayvon Diggs. I get it. Trayvon Diggs may have not been the way that we wanted him for the last few years, but you can't continue to attempt to throw the ball his way on a 3-step drop. I just don't see that in this particular style or fashion.
Okay. Well, actually, I was meaning the offense because we're going to be a pass-first team.
Pass-first team.
That was my question. Yeah, because I feel like teams are going to play the Cowboys for the pass.
Right.
And my question was, will the Cowboys commit to the running game? Because I remember there was a loss on Monday night when Tom Brady played, and the linebacker for Tampa Bay said, well, we knew Dallas wasn't going to run the football. We knew they weren't going to be committed to it. And remember, like the first couple of drives, they were running the football, and they were not committed to the running game.
Right.
So that's my question, because teams are going to play Dallas for the pass. And I feel like in football, at some point in time in the game, you have to be able to run the football, because you're not going to score 30 points every game.
No, you're not.
Realistically. Yeah, so that was my question.
Okay.
But
to answer that, was that more of a trend of Mike McCarthy?
Well, to me, McCarthy likes to pass the football. And so to me, he just didn't commit to the running game.
Yeah.
And I just think it's just hard to win in the NFL when you're asking your quarterback to sling the ball 30-plus times a game, because, like you said, once you get into the playoffs, teams are going to play you based upon how you like to play.
Yeah.
And teams know you're going to throw the ball 30 times. They're just going to play coverage, and it's going to be hard to win throwing the ball. So that's where you have to run those teams out of coverage.
Yeah.
So that's my question going into this year, because if our defense is already kind of iffy against the run, we have to protect the defense, which either means we're going to have to score 30 points, right?
Right.
Or we're going to have to take some games where we're going to have to play keep away and run the football, because say like against Kansas City, I don't want to get in the shootout against Kansas City.
Right.
And I don't want to put our defense in a position where we're asking to play bend but don't break, because that's not going to work against Kansas City. Because if you look at the Super Bowl against the Eagles, that front four was killing Kansas City's offensive line, and Pat Mahomes didn't have time to sit back in the pocket and just, make a date and things like that.
Well, the thing is by design, this team, where's your strength at?
Well, right now, like I said, we're a pass-first team.
Right.
It's our offense. So that's why I said either we're going to have to score 30 or we're going to have to play keep away.
Okay,
so
so
don't trust our defense.
Right. So if our strength is passing the ball, because that's where our premium players at, Pickens, Lamb, okay, so and Kevontae Turpin to a degree. I think that the Dallas Cowboys will still have some variations of running the ball more balanced than what we've seen out of Mike McCarthy, because we still got to play complementary football. If we will throw the ball based off of what I've seen in practice, but I think that it'll be more of a balanced approach, because if a team is in pass coverage defense, you will see us running the ball, running them up out of quarters, running them up out of the cover twos or what have you, so that we can be a more balanced approach team and not throwing it into the teeth of that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping for, because I remember Dak was saying a couple years ago, he said, well, teams were just playing that two high safety coverage. Mm-hmm. And it was just hard it was hard to, let's say, move the ball up and down the field, because teams were just playing coverage. Mm-hmm. And coaches finally realized, like, hey, man, if they're going to play coverage, you got to run them out of that shell coverage and bring those safeties into the box to where it opens up your passing game. So I'm just hoping that's something the coaches actually adjust to during the season, because that's what the season's going to be about, is do the coaches adjust during the season, not just stick to, let's say, just one game plan and that's it. So that's what I'm hoping for this season. Yeah. And you just don't see too many other content creators talking about that law, but I think you're doing a great job, man, what you're doing, and hey, it's going to be a fun season. Yeah. With you and stuff like that. I'm always watching stuff. I wish I could call more, but when you're on, unfortunately I'm at work. Yeah. Today I'm off work. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I like calling to be able to chop it up with you and pick your brain and stuff like that. And
most certainly, man.
If you ever come to Vegas, man, we got to link up and stuff like that.
Okay. I definitely got a sponsorship opportunity for October the 17th and the 18th. So keep that on your calendar of mine. Yeah, we got a sponsorship thing. So I may be in Vegas as soon as possible, man. Appreciate you for calling in.
Okay. Anyways, Cowboy Nation, hey, hang in there. Go Cowboys. We're going to be okay. Like I said, shout out to Law Nation. Shout out to all the good Cowboy content creators. And it's all about getting a win, man. Let's stop with all this petty stuff about margin of victory and how it look. At the end of the day, it's all about winning. You don't hear that stuff with New England when Tom Brady was playing quarterback. They won game 17-13. Their fan base wasn't tripping over, oh, man, we should have won by 30. They just win the game and move on.
Hell yeah.
Cowboys Nation.
Yes, indeed, man. DH from Vegas, man. My apologies if I ran off and I thought he was talking about defense, but he was talking about offense. And I didn't hear him on the first part. That was my bad. But we rebound. We rebound, and I got the man answer the man question there. This team, if they're going to go anywhere far, we got to play better against zone-based defenses. We do. We got to play better. The 49ers is a zone-based defense. They've been destroying us by only generating pressure with 4 and dropping every one. And it was a prime example in that last playoff game versus the 49ers on 2nd and 2, right? Everybody dropped back in coverage. I'm like, if anything, just lean forward and get that first down, live to fight another day. We got to play smart and complementary football. If I'm not mistaken, Schottenheimer was somewhere in the building in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. Right? And when you play against the Eagles week 1, D'Amico Ryans, he pulled a lot of things from Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio is one hell of a defensive coordinator. He was the defensive coordinator in 1994 for the 49ers, by the way, when they beat us, way back when Troy was trying to throw that ball. That's vision, that zone-based vision defense is a difficult defense to defeat if you can stop the run with 4 and create pressure. And the Achilles heel of Dak Prescott been those type of defenses. We still haven't beaten the Green Bay Packers when Vic Fangio was there. Now, in that Miami's game, we can go back and forth and say, Dak had him a little bit in that game. That wasn't really on Dak or what have you versus Miami when Vic Fangio was dialing up that defense or what have you. But in actuality, it is a difficult defense to beat if you can't run on it, right? You got to get them up out of those dropping 6 and 7 and rely on their linebackers to scrape and fit in these sorts of things. But there are some variations, ladies and gentlemen, of the same principles that Vic Fangio runs with what Matt Eberflus runs, right? And that is the Tampa 2 with your 2 safeties high, but you got to have your linebackers scraping and filling, right? So those are things that we have to understand and realize with all of that. You got to run the ball. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You got to run that ball. And granted, the whole point of even with Pat Mahomes, it's not like the Chiefs had terrible defenses. Last year, people don't give credit to the Chiefs' defense, but their defense was better than their offense. So let that sink down into your mind. So the next caller I have is 469. What's on your mind? Talk to me. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by RogueShop.
Hey, Lo, what's going on, man? It's Mr. Range Rover, man.
Man, Range Rover in the building, man. What you got for me, bro? What you got for me?
Hey, man. Everybody doing out just talking about defense and everything. Man, I believe our defense, even Fluke's going to do an amazing job, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell by he's just getting the little things right. But my concern is the run game. I believe we're going to have an amazing run game. It's just about maximizing it. And you've been to the practices, man. And my question for you, Law, is with Hunter Lipke knowing he's going to run the ball and knowing, Turpin going to get back there because we're going to use him in multiple different schemes. But do you think Turpin make Miles Sanders or Deuce Vaughn expendable, opening the door for Phil Maffa? Because I think we, with Turpin being back there and adding Phil Maffa, even if we do waive, Miles Sanders or Deuce Vaughn, I still believe they'll make it to the practice squad and we'll still have them. But having Phil Maffa back there, knowing we're going to have Turpin back there, having, Jadon Blue and having, Javonte Williams, now you get, 4 different style running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
here's the thing is with Turpin. He is a guy that's going to be utilized, and it's not as a bad terminology, but he's a gadget guy. He's a gadget guy. You can't. He's ancillary in the backfield. Far as that, you can't put all your chips on that because one hit. I mean, it's sayonara if you get hit wrong. So I'm for real. That man needs a sandwich. So you can't put all of those weapons on him like that. I would get it if he was like more of a threat like a Deshaun Jackson back in the days. But he's not that much of a threat like that, right? But he can be possible. A guy that can carve you up and kill you with those end arounds. And what you don't want to do is get too addicted to that. You want to use that as a bullet in the chamber. So I would still keep a traditional running back like a Jadon Blue. I think that they're going to keep Miles Sanders only to this degree, is that if they're going to be running this ball, they need to have veterans as much as possible because the season is long and not short, right? So that's why it is like that, Unfortunately, go ahead.
So Phil Maffa, if he hit waivers, he not coming back, and he NFL ready. So do he take Deuce's place?
Here's the thing though. See, we've been tunnel vision only on the Cowboys. There's probably be another Phil and a Maffa somewhere else, right? And it's up to the Cowboys staff to make sure that they bring that guy in the house, right? Because if Phil Maffa was such a and I'm not beating him up, but I am, but if he was such that great of a back, he wouldn't have made it all the way to the 5th or the 6th round whenever we drafted him. So there could be, and I'm not, we can find late draft picks all the time that can be just as good. But what I'm saying is the Cowboys can't get fixated only on Phil Maffa. You see what I'm saying? That they have to make sure that they comb through the waiver wires, right, or the waiveries, and we have the 12th spot and make sure we solidify their role of somebody that can give us at least 3.5 or more yards per tote. And that's what I'm looking for.
I got you. Like I said, just based off the simple run schemes that we were putting out there
right.
these couple preseason games, even though we didn't execute on them like we should have.
Right.
But it's gonna be some yak that's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And I believe his run style, because he's not just a power back. He tried to get a little 50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I can see him as a goal line threat, man.
Right.
As much as I can see Javonte Williams as a goal line threat,
I
definitely could see him as a goal line threat.
Yeah.
And our teams that we run it.
Yeah. So yeah, man, all of those things is that we got to quantify, right? Like finding that one piece that can fit your system. And I'm seeing somebody said that, Tony Dorsett was a 6th-round draft pick. I mean, not Tony Dorsett, but Terrell Davis. I'm thinking about TD. TD fit because that system. People fail to realize even when Terrell Davis left, they inserted another running back, and he was just as explosive.
Same thing.
Yeah. So deep down in our minds, right? Like Washington team might have thrown away Brian Robinson, right? But us as Cowboy fans, we thinking like, shoot, he going to the 49ers, there could be a whole nother dynamic because of the scheme that they run, right?
He gonna cut up.
Yeah. So that's the only thing is, my thoughts are, if we have a system that can give us 3 to 4 yards per tote, then that will help us out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that will help us out, especially that.
I think we got it, Law.
Yeah.
I think we got it.
Yeah,
just working on it, like
I'm praying. I'm praying, man. Objectively speaking. Yeah. Objectively speaking.
If they would execute they blocks, I'm telling you, you would have seen a much different run game.
Yeah.
Than what we had out there. It's just about executing. And you've seen some of the execution come into play that last preseason game.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So we will see though, man. This is the greatest kept secret until week 1. And we would know anything and everything about this team by the second quarter or third quarter. We'll know most of what this team can and can't do as it relates to their philosophy and principle. But man, I appreciate you for calling in.
You're welcome. Before I go, man, I got us winning by 2 touches.
How about the Cowboys? Come on with it, man. Next week we're gonna do those score predictions, and we got something on the line for that too. By the way, we'll give away something. whoever get it right. I got, let me give y'all the lineup. Speaking of line, I got Rico. Then I have, not Dotto, but I got Rico. Then I got Aaron, and I see MJ in the building. So we getting this thing going the best way possible. Rico from the 984. What do you know, man? Talk to me.
What's going on, Rob? How you doing today?
Not much, man. What you got for the nation today?
Let me something. You know that Pittsburgh Dallas game last year when we beat Pittsburgh the last second?
Yeah.
October caught that touchdown. If you take that and put him on Pittsburgh and put Russell Wilson on us, do you think we still beat Pittsburgh?
I don't know, man. Russell's been on a downward spiral in the last 2-3 years.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, but if you had your gut, my gut tell me no, we wouldn't.
Right.
Because we don't have Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah.
And our defense, you see what I'm saying? Russell Wilson made our defense look a little bit better than what it is. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm trying to say is everybody keep talking about this scheming and schemes and this and that. Like, you're a Laker fan, because I heard you talking about it. When we got Luka for AD, when we got in the playoff, everybody said, where's the center? Oh, Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes played good when he first got there, but when you get against them real good teams,
right?
It ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be the scheme. It's gonna be who you got out there. Them horses. And Dallas does not have the horses. You know that.
Right.
And half our Cowboys fans, we have holes without the horses that we should need to have because it goes back again to our front office.
Louis said the Steelers started Justin Fields, not Russell, in that game, by the way.
Okay, well, even Justin Fields, it doesn't matter. It's still. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, because guess what? Guess what, Rico? And I looked it up, too. Guess who had the third-ranked defense in the National Football League last year?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so shoot, you right on the money with it. Hell yeah, we going to playoff last year. If we had the third-ranked defense, yeah.
If you put Dak on Pittsburgh last year, George Pickens wouldn't be crying. He'd be having a motherfucker.
Oh yeah. No, you good. Yeah.
And Najee Harris wouldn't be grinding out 1,000 yards in 8, 9, 10-man box.
Right. True that. Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Dak is sitting here. See, that's what I'm trying to get to. Jones has been using Dak and Roman. They got lucky with Roman. They got lucky with Dak.
Yeah.
And they've been carrying them. They give them just enough, what you say. And they put a few pieces top in, just enough to keep us happy.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Top heavy. Yeah.
And this is what I'm trying to get to. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, when that goes down, when Dak winners ever run out, and we don't get lucky again, I can't wait. Because now
Wait
this is what I'm saying. This is my
Wait a minute, Rico.
I'm going to tell you why I can't wait. Because like I told you, between Dak, CD, and Micah Parsons, one of them going to win a Super Bowl, but they're not going to be in Dallas because of the front office, because of Jerry and Stephen Jones. Because D-Law looked and told Jerry don't make all these. This ain't all just Jerry. Stephen's behind it just as much as Jerry.
Yeah.
You know, and all the true high IQ Cowboy fans know is Stephen got a lot to do with this.
Yeah. Stephen got a lot to do with the contract. Jerry got a lot to do with the exposure. Yeah.
But let me get what I'm trying to get to. I want other people to come in.
Okay, go ahead.
When we don't have that quarterback, we're going to go back to them 5 and 11. Because every time Dak has went down and Romo has went down, we pick in the top 10, top pick every time. And we're going to go back to that. And if you can't get lucky again, you're going to have a lot of them 5 and 11 and 5 and this and 6 and this and 7 and this. And then guess what's going to happen?
What's going to happen, Chief?
You man, 100 grand said the reason why Washington lost their sponsorship, why Dan Taylor got out there because he lost sponsorship, because he did stupid stuff off the field. Not because of how bad he was doing with Washington. See, let me tell you something.
In closing, yeah.
If Dallas don't win and fans ain't in there, are those sponsors going to want to be there? If Dallas are not winning, they might show Dallas games early. But as they start getting mad, they're going to flip them. See, this is the thing. The Cowboys fan got to get that doodle all in their mouth and teeth and nose. And see, until we get that doodle all in our teeth and nose and leave the Joneses alone and stop talking about them and then start really criticizing them, we ain't gonna get no change. See, that's what I'm waiting for. Then I know a new day coming. We got to get that doodle in our nose and teeth.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Then we're gonna win.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in.
That's why I brought that up about Dak and that. Dak is our glue. Keep it just above, just enough.
No doubt.
To make us feel good and make them dumb Duke Cowboy fans believe in I have a dream.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Rico, man. Thank you. Yeah, that boy said, I have a dream. Yeah. Free at last. Jeez. Yeah. I mean, that's great observation. You know, we've been a long ways from having the number 3 defense in the National Football League. We've been a long way from there. And one can argue now that he mentioned that, I didn't even really dialed into that the damn Steelers defense may be even better this year than what they were last season due to the fact that they added more and more pieces, more and more weapons to that Steelers defense. But I'm not worried about the Steelers unless they make it to the Super Bowl and we there, you know. So at the end of the day, what he was talking about, if you guys could hear what he was saying, is that Rico was saying basically is that, you know, we are top heavy. That's not an excuse, but when you are top heavy, you got to make sure that everybody remains healthy and your coaching staff puts you in positions to win, not in position to lose. And you got to play to your strength. So that's what Rico was basically saying in a nutshell, basically. Yeah. So that's just the reality of it. All right, the next caller I have on the board here is from the 562. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, love?
Not much, man.
Man, I can't be on the phone with you. I'm already here on this presentation. But what was I gonna say? Nah, for the linebacker, what do you think of what's his name? 55, Barron.
Barron.
He's a white boy.
Yeah.
Do you think he makes the team?
Unless
he showed out that last game.
He could be a special teams ace, man. But far as starting, he's still a T-move version of a LVE right now. So I don't think that he's going to be like a starter. But I'm not counting him out. I like the way he went. He hit a whole lot better than LVE though. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. What I was going to say. The rookie. He only played one game in preseason, right?
Jadon Blue or Booker.
Booker.
Yeah, he played one game. Yeah.
He's ready. You think he's ready for the guy that he got to go up against?
Well, he going to get baptized by fire. We seen it with Tyler Guyton. He still survived up until 3, 4, 5 weeks down the stretch. And this is not as brutal, but he got help on the left and right. So Tyler Booker should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my running back that's out, I got Deuce and Sanders.
Oh, you cutting them two, right? You keep
them two. I keep the others.
Okay. I wouldn't be mad at that. I think that the Cowboys should keep their options open. Right. Even with Javonte Williams being our starting running back, I'm still looking. Mm-hmm. I'm still looking for a better deal. Even with Mozzie, if they keep Mozzie, I'm still looking for a better deal, right? I'm just doing that. And then I'm still keeping my head on a swivel for a cornerback. Those are the 3 areas that I'm looking for. And I'm always still keep my mind and my head set also on a backup quarterback here, a veteran one, right? That's me. I'm always, because Dak been hurt for the last 3 or 4 years, right? Every year having some type of nick or knack, and I'm not finna sit back and wait for that injury to occur and say, let's throw Joe Milton out there when we can clearly see that he is not ready all the way to win games on a multiple days of situations. So you got to be prepared for these opportunities.
What do you think about going after the AR and Indy?
You breaking up? What'd you say?
I said, what do you think about going after AR, the backup quarterback in Indy?
Indy.
That lost his job to Daniel Jones?
AR. I don't know him. I have to look up his
What's his
tape.
name? Anthony Richardson? I think that's his name.
Oh no, that's Joe Milton 2.0. That's Joe. That's Joe Milton, Trey Lance. No, man. No. I'm good.
Hell no.
Hell no, man. It's the same thing. Yes, indeed. What else you got for me, bro?
Oh man, that's it. I like. Was it JT, the rookie? The was that one tech?
Joe Toya. Jay Toya.
Joe Toya.
Yeah.
Jay Toya. I could see him starting over Mozzie if he can get, I'll say, a little bit more aggressive, I want to say.
The thing is, man,
Or do you have him purely just eating up blocks? Because I can see that too.
I feel as if though it will be coaching malpractice to put him out there week 1, week 2, week 3 as a starter. I think that the Cowboys should go out there and value that position and bring in a veteran guy that knows how to work that room. Granted, you still work him in. Don't just get a person and let them grow trees on the sidelines like planting, their butts on the sideline. I think that the Cowboys, if they ultimately want to win this game, this is a man's game. And I think that they should go out there and find a veteran that's waived or released to bring him in, regardless of whether or not they have love affair for Mozzie or Jay Tolia. They need to go and find another guy to bring in if they want to win. If we want to struggle win, if we want to struggle this thing all the way out, we keep it what we have.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah, appreciate you. Shout out Modern Day. Long live Dolph. How about them Cowboys?
Yeah. How about them Cowboys? Oh, man, what'd you say, man? I had cut you off, bro. What'd you say now?
Enjoy the rest of your day.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, bro. Good call from Aaron.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. My West Coast guys, man. And let's continue to caller still have faith in Mozzie. I'm just being 1,000 with y'all. If y'all want me to lie to kick it with y'all, man, Mozzie gonna be able to walk on water, man. He's gonna be the best interior defensive tackle known to man, right? And although the coaching staff may not see it and we see it, he good. No, I'm just telling y'all the truth. I'm not saying get rid of him. Limit him. If you're gonna still value that pick, limit him. That will be the best option. That's the same thing I said with Antoine Barbecue Woods. And then he wanted to say, hey, well, we're going to see about that. And then we saw that I was right. So at the end of the day, sit your big butt down, Antoine. I wish I would have been able to say that to him. Yeah. But at the end of the day, that's the reality of it. He was only good for 10 to 15 reps. And then it waned on them, right? So the Cowboys got to be proactive with their one techs. That's all I'm saying. And nothing wrong with Mozzie. Nothing wrong with Jay Tolia. But you don't want Jay Tolia to play 60 reps, nor 30. Not as a rookie. Yeah. I got from the 860 VIP. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Lord, VIP, baby.
Yeah.
Lord, I done watched the Netflix special, Lord.
Yeah.
There's 3 things I pulled out of that, Lord, and I just want to see if we align with this, Lord. The first thing I pulled out of it is Jerry is very emotional.
Oh yeah.
He's really emotional when it comes to his players.
Yeah.
Oh, and I mean, I'm not a big Jerry fan. You already know how I feel about him.
Right.
But Jerry is real emotional. I see this dude break down in tears a few times. And I'm like, Jerry, when you're breaking down in tears, just pay your goddamn players. It's not hard, Jerry. But what I saw is he loves to control the narrative.
Yeah.
Even with this Jimmy, even though he wanted, I don't give a damn about the Herschel trade. Who made the Herschel trade?
Let it go.
Who cares?
Yeah, let it go. Yeah.
Let it go. He's still holding on to it.
Yeah.
And we all know, let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a stack. We all know that last Super Bowl you won with Barry. Yo, Barry switches the whole hilarious. He came on. He gave everybody the finger. Like, get the F out of here.
But you know, it all started with the Dallas media. Always trying to wedge the two. And when they said that, hey, Jerry, do you know just as much football as Jimmy Johnson? That's disrespectful, man. Come on, man. Come on. Like that was really what do Jimmy supposed to say? Like I've been doing this for 30 years,
And like Jimmy said, he's like, when I came in, I was in charge of player personnel. Jerry's in charge of the business aspect of it.
But they
and
credit,
that's what he says. He's like, hold on. He's like, when did the game get twisted up? When now he's in charge of person. So I think if they could have just came to some type of peace, even his wife didn't even give him them that night. She's like, Jerry, man, you heard what she said. Jerry's like, yes, you looking at the wall or something like that.
Boy, you wild, boy. I mean, people know.
But
people know what's going on.
It's something I heard from Jean that gave me a little bit of hope, because she said something in there. You might not have picked up on it.
Okay, break it down.
She said, my grands have never experienced the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurt right there.
That hurts Jerry.
Yeah, it hurts him. Yeah.
That hurts her. So if it hurts her, it hurts Jerry.
Yeah, you're right.
So
on that.
that's what gives me a little bit of optimism. Like, Jerry wanted to do this.
It starts from the first phone call.
He's doing this for his kids.
It started with the first phone call, bro. And the only way that the Cowboys can alleviate all of this VIP is they change up their ways just a little bit. Yeah. And we would know which direction they're leaning to by tomorrow, by 3 o'clock when they do the final cuts, if the political warfare is still at its doorsteps. And then we'll see how the team operates week 1, week 2, week 3. It's all wait and see.
Well, there's two people, Lord, and this is nothing against. I'm not banging against nobody.
Right.
I don't see it in Mozzie. I like him as a person. Even when the play fell in his lap, he showed no enthusiasm, Lord. It's just like, whatever. And the people are jumping all over like, yeah, Mozzie made a play. To me, it's body language. They used to say that about CD, but his body language is horrible.
Yeah. You have to hit me up off air, jump in my DM, and I'll tell you exactly what's going on. I just can't say it publicly. But
all right. And I know Dallas has been all over him since we got here. I kind of read in between the lines. I don't know if he's not happy, Lord, but bro, you need, I don't know what you need, like an adrenaline boost or something. Get that smelly sore and put that smelly sore up under your nose. I don't know, but Lord, I don't want to see him or Booth, Lord. And it's just, I'm just nothing against both of them. Yeah. I just Booth. If I see Booth, I might. When I come to Dallas, I might snatch Booth up, man.
Right.
Booth. I know we not peaking Booth over Izzy.
Hey man, so far he's ahead of Izzy on that depth chart. But I mean, what you have for me before I let you go?
All right, Lord. My last thing is, Lord, the running back situation, Lord. Is Blue? They said he turned his ankle again. Is he's gonna be available for week 1, right, Lord?
Yeah, it's a mild one. So normally those takes about a week and a half. So
it wasn't a high ankle sprain. So all right, one wasn't a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
That's all I was worried about. All right, if it's that, then he could tape it up. Because I like him, Lord. I like him. He took on. You know how in the hole you're responsible for that one player.
Yeah.
He took on that one player. Lord, I like him. I like his speed. I really, Lord, I don't know why we can't. What I did see, Lord, was the counters. Did you peep that, Lord? I haven't seen us run counter pulls in maybe since Bill Parcells.
Man, it's been a minute. You can't run it when you don't know it, right? So the Cowboys got somebody that does it and that knows it, right? So I appreciate you calling in VIP. You ain't lying. Yes, indeed. Appreciate it. Let me hear you say it, fam.
Pow, pow, bam, Cowboys. I ain't a killer, but don't push me, B.
Yes, indeed. And he's right. We haven't seen GT counters, man. We haven't seen stretch zone runs. I like the fact they brought toss back into the building. Some of the tosses this preseason, we didn't really see them connect like we want them to connect with. Keep in mind, just a good little nugget. These are the backups running the tosses. These are the backups running the GT counters. When you see the starter lineup run these things, that counter, when these guys slant their protection or slant their rush on one side of the field, normally that they trying to block and they trying to execute things, that counter will be open even more. When you have to be still warranted as a safety on top of the roof, right? And you trying to cheat yourself on Lamb's side or Pickens side, because they go by that 2-by-1 formation. That's safety. When he's trying, and that's what the whole point of the counter, to get you on the fourth side, to run downfield. And you trying to make to that spot on that field because you got to blow through that pulling guard or through that tight end. Don't y'all know how much difficult that is to do when you still got to respect Lamb and CD? You got to respect them. I get it. I understand how y'all feel about this team, that what y'all saw on display last season and to a degree in 2023. But we are still efficient in 2023 without concepts like we got now. That counter going to be wide open. And if it's Javonte Williams, when that linebacker got to stop his feet to get to the other side, and he got to reach like this to make that tackle with that arm, you ain't tackling Javonte Williams with an arm tackle. You're not. He going to get that arm up out the way, and it's another 3 yards or 4 yards. And then when you try to make that adjustment to that, and you say, okay, I'm not finna play too high. I'm finna bring an extra body down inside. Now you got one-on-ones to the outside. We couldn't manipulate nobody's defense like that. And this is the hardest conversation for me to have to you guys, because a lot of people will not get it. They would just look at it and say, hey, man, the quarterback trash. The quarterback suck. Don't you know that by the Cowboys going up against quarters defense, by them going up against dropping 6 and 7, that's not a knock at Dak. That's a respect at Dak. That means that they fear the pass. They wave off the run. I got from the 206, MJ, you in the building, man. Talk to me.
What up, Law? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing great, man.
Man, you made a good point. I was just thinking. Now, the Cowboys. Now, please, I hope they're listening, and I know they are. Man, that nigga Booth, no disrespect, man. That Booth is not supposed to make the team. He's supposed to be a practice squad player. Yeah. Booth, and then the other, what our special team got? Number 29?
CJ.
DJ, they supposed to cut them, and then you put them back on the practice squad. And then you go cut Hall, he'll come to the practice squad. Then that way you can keep Houston, and ain't no way Booth better than Izzy. He showed Izzy played in a major playoff game against Tampa Bay. So I was in there. I'll go in that meeting. I said, man, y'all here. I'm going to tell you. No, Izzy making the goddamn team because he played in a playoff game. Fucking Booth played against Philly and got bummed 2 times. He played scared. Now, I don't know what film y'all watching, but my eyes tell me 24 is better than 25. Now, I don't want to hear that bullshit. I'll be cussing their ass out. Izzy's making the team. You can cut Booth if you get cut. If somebody pick him up, oh, well, there's a lot of corners out there that we could pick up that could play better than Booth. So get that out of y'all mind.
Yeah,
in
true.
Practice, he practiced good, but when he get in the game, he's getting torched.
Yeah.
You can see in that game. That was a lucky interception.
Yeah.
Man, don't play that sorry dude, man. Unbelievable. Houston's supposed to make the team.
Yeah.
That's how you gotta have Houston, because if you want to keep all the ends, you cut Booth, a special team guy, and you could bring $55 to keep him, and then we can bring him back on the practice squad, or we pick up another corner.
Okay.
Now on the D tackles, I would start Toy. He gets 17 reps, like you said, now. Don't play him that much.
Yeah.
You give Monty 15 reps. Then that way you can get my boy from Oklahoma, number 99,
Winfrey,
that we picked up from the USA. Yeah, you got to remember though, he was one of the best deep tackles in Cleveland. He was turning it up, and he got in that situation. So that's why we got lucky again. Now you switch them 3, 15. You see what I'm saying? That was gonna be tired.
All right.
The dudes that get most of the reps, Osa and a big number 9.
Okay.
Then you can switch them in, because sometimes, like you said, in the special package, you're gonna be using them DN. Them DNs gonna be playing in the middle on the pass rush on third down.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how you get them other players on the field who we want to keep. Because I know that them snitches over there in Redskin land, I'm still gonna call them Redskin. They 24 will be playing with your boy. Izzy will be playing for the Redskins if you try to sneak him on the roster.
Okay.
55 will be playing for the Redskins if you try to sneak him on the roster. So why we want to help the goddamn Redskins? Come on, man. The Cowboys, come on. I'm coming to this goofy. Then we get some sorry players. Then we got a stupid look on our face.
Well,
you know what I'm saying, Lon?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yes, indeed, man.
In
closing. Yeah.
Now you might could get Micah, but I've seen a lot of backs in the league they're gonna get cut, but it's really good, like 225, 230. I seen they exploded for San Francisco.
Yeah.
It was some for Kansas City. I saw a lot of them. So, but I would cut what's the halfback? The job number 27?
Sanders.
Dang, I would cut Sanders and put him on the practice squad. Ain't nobody picking up Sanders, man.
Okay.
Come on, Cowboy Nation. That's all my final take. How about them Cowboys? I hope they don't make the dumb cuss law.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, bro. You have a good one, man.
Salute. You too, family.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. That's my guy, MJ, man. All right, all right, man. I got from. That was a good call from him, man. I needed that one, y'all. Y'all don't know, man. I needed that one. I needed. But from the 614, Noop in the building. Talk to the people, man. Talk to me.
What's up, Noop?
What's up, man? What's going on with you, man?
talk to me, baby. Hey,
what's up, man?
Can I talk about the elephant that's in the room?
Talk about it.
Why do Jerry Jones have problems signing black players and not the white players? And I understand that you got a platform and you don't want to go there, maybe. But I just want to know the reason. Clear your throat first.
Man, oh my gosh.
I mean, it's the elephant in the room.
I don't think that's the deal there, man, because of the simple fact. The only reason why I'm saying that, man, sheesh, boy, why you gonna do this, man, on this glorious day, man?
It's the elephant in the room. I mean, Troy Aikman, Zach Martin just had a contract that he resolved real quick.
Zach, no, it wasn't quick. He had to hold out for his money.
Not for this long.
I mean, he was
Dez Bryant, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Dak Prescott. Come on now. Let's keep it 100.
Yeah, but man, Jerry is a businessman. And the only color that he discriminate with is green. You know what I'm saying? And I get where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, he's the old Southern Arkansas guy that, you know, grew up from a business aspect of it. And why you put me in this doggone predicament, man, to talk about this? There's a documentary out there that you can watch, and it goes into details of how much stuff that he does for the brethrens and the brothers community, even though those were his star-studded players, but he did it also for guys that we don't even talk about. And if he was that, then he would never did it for Josh Brandt. Josh Brandt is still on his team and organization franchise.
Well, keep it 100. It's like that all over the league, to tell you the truth.
No, you talking about what Jerry Jones did for Josh Brandt?
No, I'm talking about how the owners do players with their contracts.
Yeah. These billionaires are billionaires not by mistake. They love to sell high and buy low. So that's just how that goes. And it's by being that the NFL is like 90 to maybe 92% brothers, you know, 9 times out of 10. Like I remember the racial thing that they tried to spit upon with Troy Aikman, and that was the most laughable thing. But what really got me about that documentary is how much airtime they gave Skip Bayless, who was a he was a thorn in our side for during those time frames. He the one that was writing crazy articles about Troy Aikman being of the same liking of the same side. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that was more of a crazy part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't think Jerry. You know who Jerry cares about more than anything, fam?
What's that?
He cares about his family. He's put his family first. He's a family first guy. And whatever position that he can lean on and giving Charlotte Jones, Jerry Jr. Jones, and Stephen Jones a leg up and his grandkids, he's going to do that for them, regardless of the situation.
But he killing us, though. He killing us.
by giving them generational wealth money, Dez don't have to work another day in his life.
Well, you need to go in another kind of business then, because the fans is who's making him rich and his family rich. You understand what I'm saying? It's two sides to every story.
It's two sides to every story, man. You're right.
Yeah, it's two sides to every story.
Yeah.
You know, there's a thing called selfish. You know, but if he want to do that, I mean, he done won many championships, what 3 championships. Move on to do something, but you got thousands of fans want to see Dallas win a Super Bowl.
Millions, as the words of Jerry say, millions of fans, not thousands. But man,
let it roll off your tongue.
Yeah, millions. Yeah. So, hey, Newt, man, I appreciate you for calling in. You have a good one, man. Let me hear you say it, fam.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? There's Newt from the 614. Here, look, I'm not finna talk. Newt talking like Jay Prince. All right, but you know, I get it, man. I get it. You know, and just let's do y'all research on what he did with Anthony Land, who was a coach here. He flew into California to see him when he was in a terrible situation. And I'm not in the position, because I'm definitely not in the position to say Jerry is that. But just look at his track record. He grew up in a different time, man. He might get caught up one day of saying some things, but I don't think that in the consciousness of his heart that he's like that. And I got from the 754 and the 817. All right, 754, you're live on The Nation. Talk to me.
What's up, Law? This Dallas Cowboy in 1992, Law.
92 in the building.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm going to say this. Man, Jerry don't know what they doing. Jerry and Parsons. Let me tell you something. We all been had, bro. We all been took, and we been hoodwinked right now.
Yeah.
Just a little script that they both playing. Michael Parsons, especially Jerry, and you know, and Parsons who happened to be a good character for the this play. right now, we hold our hand. We're not trying to show everybody what we're trying to do. But if you know football, one-on-one, it's obvious what we're trying to do. It's obvious. We're gonna pay Parsons. Micah ain't going nowhere. Cause if he would have went, if he would have went somewhere, all these crazy trade offers that we've been hearing, it would have been damn near done by now. It'd been another Herschel Walker so-called type trade. That ain't happening. Micah's gonna be a Cowboy. All is gonna be forgiven. We're gonna move on, and Parsons gonna get the contract that Jerry and him originally sat down and talked about. It's just Jerry just kind of butthurt about him not signing at that time and bringing his agent right there in his face.
Yeah.
And the agent, he butthurt because he wasn't there at the present time.
Yeah.
So all that's gonna be swept on the rug and all is forgiven. And what we're gonna do is, as far as I'm predicting it, Parsons will be signed sometime next, if not the end of this week, early next week.
Yeah.
And Dallas like to do stuff like on Fridays. So either Friday or Saturday he'll be signed. And for that game, I like Parsons on a snap count, like on third downs coming in and rushing the quarterback, playing a lot of middle linebacker, blitzing up the zero gap. We're going to use him like the boy over there in San Francisco this year. And it's obvious because all these pass rushes we got to rotate. So we ain't worried about that. And my other key player is our rookie linebacker from Florida. What's his name? James?
Shamar? Yeah. Shamar.
That's the guy to watch out for. That guy right there,
he got some upside. I like his skill set, man. His coverage ability, and he's a willing tackler, man. And
he's not afraid.
He stick his nose inside, whether it's A gap or C gap, and he's a C gap enforcer, especially off of that edge. And I'm sitting there like, man, I had to go back and look at some tape, man. I like, oh wow, okay, all right. So he was balling out there for the Gators. It's just that, look, we got something special with him. I just don't want to say it too quickly. I think that our future is very bright with these three over Sean, Mears Leofowl, and number 50, Shamar James. Yeah.
Right. And I believe we're going to use, like I said, we're going to use Parsons more linebackers like we originally drafted him for, because the reason why he even got to DN playing, if you remember, it was the Chargers game when Randy Gregory got hurt and DeMarcus Lawrence got hurt. And they just said, you know what? Let's just throw Parsons out. Let's see what we got. And ever since, he's been playing DN.
Yeah.
To me, yes, that's his specialty, to play on a pass rusher. But I believe if we unlock, and I think the person that we got that can unlock him to the full potential is Matt Eberflus. I believe he's a true linebacker, but we wasn't using him properly. We only using him as a freaking pass rusher. It's more the Parsons game than that.
In closing, man, I just think that you just utilize him anywhere that you can fit him. I think that Parsons is a specialized weapon, and that's where he's a chess piece. He's the MJ of the defense. Jordan can play point guard, and if he needed to be, he'd be a small forward shooting guard. So he play all three of those roles to his best position. So I'm thinking that you get the same from Micah Parsons. Wherever you put him at, you just know that teams will adjust him. Yeah. But man, I appreciate you for calling in, man. Let me hear you say it.
Man, how about them Cowboys haters?
Hey, how about them, man? That's Cowboy from '92, and that's what I'm looking at with Parsons. You got to get on the field to practice. Shoot, they haven't had their hands on him. They just saw him walking around and moving around. They've been at all of his events and stuff to show camaraderie, to show support. But right now, the best thing that the front office can do is pay him, and the best thing the coaching staff can do if they want to keep their job is not to intervene, right? Is to say, hey, Jerry, this is his deal, and Micah, this is your deal, right? And for Parsons to say, hey, I would like to be traded, that's a slap in the face to some of the people, but I'm guaranteeing you that there could be a leverage pool in play, right? And we hope, we can only hope that these things can be resolved and we can see number 11 out there on the field and get things going. All right, I got Kobe from the 817, and then we got the 717. Boy, we're moving with these phone lines. Keep it moving, y'all. Kobe.
What's up, baby?
Not much, man. What you got for me?
Man, I got a lot. I know I got a time limit, so I'm just gonna start with this right here. To pick up what the last caller said, man, I was at the game. Me and my wife, we was down there in Miller Lite, and we were sitting by Elam, number 20, the cornerback. We were sitting by his uncle pretty much the whole time, talking or whatever. Well, Micah's mom comes and she walks in and he stops and talks to her and says, "Hey, I'm such and such," and they get to talking and chatting. Well, next thing you know, Jerry comes walking out of the tunnel. And man, I seen that lady. She had a man standing next to her. I don't know if it was Micah's dad or who it was, but she said, "Hey, I want to talk. So Jerry's people, his little bodyguards or whatever, made her walk out, because you can't cross while they walk through there.
Right.
And man, I seen them hug each other and talk to each other. I looked at my wife and I looked at Elam uncle and I said, man, they playing us. I said, man, they are playing us. The way they talked and the way they interacted, it's like they didn't just see each other. It's like they've been talking behind the scenes. It's like they've been chatting. And I know she go to a bunch of games, so she's always there. But, man, I honestly feel like both of them have such big personalities. We're talking about Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones. And it's only destined for them to allow what's going on to happen, right? Micah's doing his thing with the podcast. Jerry's been killing the media for years. I mean, it's only destined that this kind of I never thought that the contract was gonna go just like that.
Right.
I never thought. Because I know how Jerry thinks. You've been watching him over the years. He grabs the attention of the media. He always wants the Cowboys on ESPN being talked about in everybody's mouth every single year. And he does it. He executes it every year. So as a fan, you got to accept that and always hope and pray for the best. But you got to know who you're dealing with, man. You know what I mean? You got to know who you're dealing with, man. So as I was just sitting there and just watching the interaction between Micah, Mom, and Jerry, I just said, man, I know this thing's going to get resolved, man. I got hope that it will get resolved because where he going to go? You gonna miss out on $1 million every week?
Millions, yeah. Here's the thing. Jerry already spoken that I got 3 years. Parsons don't have leverage at this. And this is the first time Parsons family fallen into some money, generational money, right? And Parsons got a whole family, man, that he got to take care of. He got one on the way and all of this great stuff. So we got to make sure, you got to make sure that, the family is taken care of. We know that all of these players are one hit away. And 82% of the players that once they retire or quit playing football, they live in paycheck to paycheck, just like the common folks that's here. 75% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, by the way. So we're looking at all of those things. And football is not promised forever. Yep. Hell yeah.
I get it. But when you look at talent like Micah Parsons.
Right.
This man is you're not, he's a unicorn. You're not going to, you could put him anywhere. Linebacker.
Facts.
Put him out in coverage if you want to. Put him on the line if you want to. It's not hard for him to ball. That's just what he does. So I don't want to show him favoritism.
Did you watch a documentary? Did you watch a documentary?
Man, I cried. Me and my wife cried watching that documentary, man.
Yeah,
when I tell you I'm blued out, you cut me right now, you're not gonna see red blood. You're gonna see blue blood.
All right. And how long Jerry can hold a grudge?
30 years.
And to this day, they still probably have a slight grudge right by now. Grudge by the way with him and Jimmy.
I'll tell you this, Law. I'll tell you this. For the since that happened, how have you been seeing Jerry move? Relationship wise.
I think Jerry been moving.
We feel he crossed over.
I think that Jerry been moving a little bit better, but here's my only booty that I'm gonna put in this thing, right? And it's a big butt too. I'm talking about Megan Thee Stallion size right now. Here's the butt size. Big booty Judy. Here's the thing.
Okay.
This guy by the name of David Mulugeta done rubbed Jerry the wrong way. Now we seen what Jerry was willing to do to Jimmy Johnson, right? So now what Jerry is saying, they may come to an agreement, right? But look at what the relationship between them two are. I'm talking about David Mulugeta and Jerry. Not Jerry and Micah. So now you got layers to this type of, and we know Jerry will go to the grave holding a grudge about something. He don't want to get sold off on something, and that's just what we're going through in real time. It's nothing to do with Micah to this point, because I think that if it was probably anybody else at this moment, that Jerry would have probably said, you know what, I'm going to let that one slide and I'm going to go ahead and get this thing done since we got former relationship. Keep in mind, David Mulugeta is a new guy. He's that new broom that's in here trying to sweep things up. And Jerry is telling him, I'm that old broom and I can get the corners, and I'm going to let you know that I'm the head honcho here, bro. You know, so that's how this going. This is a big on. And battle.
I feel I'm with you. And with Steven, we see Jerry even said it. He threw me up against the wall. You know, threw me up against the door. So it's like, could Steven be a middleman? Can a son be a middleman? I'll tell you on my life story. So my dad's been in business doing landscaping for years, right? I come in, young man, 21 years old. I come in, start my own business, right? Because I couldn't sit up under my dad because it was just too much clashing. It was too much. I'm the dad here, and you know what I mean. It's too much control. There wasn't enough where I could just flourish the way. So I'm looking at it. Could Steven step in? Could Will McClay step in and negotiate those contracts between David Mulugeta and Jerry? Because, like you say, Jerry hold grudges. So I don't know if that could ever be rekindled. If Jerry care enough to even rekindle it, you know.
Well, that is an extra layer, because what happened was Steven had a lot of control of some of that contract negotiation with DeMarcus Lawrence, right? Right. And it still was navigated to put your daddy on the phone, right? And and that's where we're dealing with. And of course, you know, you got soft eyes opposed to your father in landscaping businesses, right? You see things that can be handled through government contracting possible by getting on the vendors list and fighting for bids. Whereas your father, he may say, nah, man, we cut these churches, man, we do handshake deals, right? And you saying nah, Pops, the world done changed, right? We don't have to bid. We don't have to fight for contracts like that anymore. We can be on the list, and then they come approaching me. I don't know if your infrastructure with landscaping is like that, but that's how it is. Yeah. Trust me. Hey, landscaping is a major business. You in Dallas? Where you at?
I'm in DFW. I'm in Fort Worth.
You in Fort Worth?
I go to Turl. I go to Turl. I go to Lido. I'm everywhere.
Yeah. So you are with the chambers of commerce. You are in sold with everybody to better grow your business, right? You have relationship with your businesses. Whereas Pops may have been like old school, like door to door, every floor to floor. But it's just a change of worlds. I think that when Jerry start pushing up daisies, I don't foresee, because if you watch the tail end of that documentary, how all of them was huddled around Jerry, and it damn near I was fighting them back. I like, because I know how it is. I was trying to fight them back because they said we don't know how much longer Pop's gonna be here, basically, because grandkids haven't seen Super Bowls, but we don't know. Time is ticking, and that Green Bay Packer game, it cut hard. But that one cut hard, bro. Yeah.
Man, I almost broke my TV. I almost broke my 75-inch. I almost did.
But
I almost did.
Jerry had a unique way to also showing the softer side and the side that he had to fight. He fought against the NFL. Right? They wanted him to cave. They wanted him to fold up like Wallace and lawn chair. So the fighting part of Jerry is good, but the choosing to fight, when to fight, is bad. He could have let some stuff roll off his sleeve, but he just didn't do that.
Yeah. And as I was watching it, me and my wife, we was watching the ending of it, and I'm like, man, I know it's a conspiracy theory, it's a bunch of politics in it, but I'm like, man, could this 30-year drought, could it be from the sue that Jerry did against the NFL?
Precisely.
Could it be the NFL getting back at us from these calls with Dez Bryant to the, it's been plenty of calls that have been questionable that we have gone through, and I'm like, man, as a if you're taking that conspiracy theory route, maybe the NFL don't want to see the Cowboys back, and they not gonna see it until Jerry,
There's people like right now. This is the year 2025. Right now, Michael Irvin supposed to be just not getting out.
Right.
Nate Newton supposed to be still in there a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, especially getting out and then to return to stab somebody in the neck with scissors, that's attempted. Yeah. That's attempt of another word. You know what I'm saying? Right, so by knowing Jerry and understanding that that's not the first time, there's other stuff that went on that didn't hit their airwaves, right? There's other stuff that he had to cover up. So that's why I was like, hey, there are things that we do know about Jerry. So Jerry is two people, man. It's multiple. It's like 4 Jerrys in one body. Literally 4 Jerrys in one body. He got lesions inside of him. But that's just for what it is. And we know for sure. Man. We know for sure. Like anybody who turns on TV and they see Fox, that's Jerry. Anytime you see Netflix, that's Jerry. Prime TV, that's Jerry. If not, we'd have still had one program, and the NFL probably would have been under. But yeah, it's a whole nother conversation.
I'm trying to tell you. That's a long conversation. Absolutely.
Long conversation, man.
Absolutely.
Good call from you, bro.
I appreciate it, brother, man. God bless, man.
No doubt, man. It's Kobe, man, and salute to you, man. Yes, it's Kobe, man. Let me see what we got right here. I got to make sure. And I got a parents-teacher conference today, by the way, y'all, so I'm going to have to leave. I'm trying to do a marathon show. Start of school, man, parent-teachers conferences and all of that stuff.
The conference has been locked.
I got 717 and a 313. Okay, 717. You're live on The Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, how's it going, Law?
I'm going great, man. I can't complain.
All right, man. So look, listen. First and foremost, I want to start by saying I made my brother tune in. He's a Commanders fan. I made him tune in just so I can prove these points. First, I want to start with the defensive line. A lot of people are not going to give us credit on how deep we are at defensive line. I think we're about 6 deep, like at defensive line. I think like our third defensive lineman, which is Sam Williams, could be a starter on people's first team.
Facts.
A lot of people don't realize that, like they said earlier, Parsons was a linebacker. Jerry has to evaluate what we got right now. We got a lot of players that are coming up. We got to eventually play Tyler Smith. We got to eventually pay Marshawn Nealon. We got to eventually pay a lot of these players that we got coming up. They're studs that we got to pay. Jerry's looking around and assessing this. I think this whole, like he said earlier, I think it's a whole scheme. We want to assess and see what we got without Parsons. We want to see how deep this team is, because last year we was decimated. We was down to our fifth and sixth defensive end. We couldn't get no pressure on the quarterback. Now we're deep, and we're in a position to where as though when he does come back, he's not a player that's going to be just positioned at one spot. No, we can put him as a chess piece all over the board. It's going to be a dangerous situation. Him and Diggs both initially knew that they was both going to be playing week 1. I think I might be going on a limb on here, but him and Jerry could have had a handshake, say, hey, listen, if you go out to that Eagles game and get me 3 sacks, you're paid. It could be something as little as that. But then I want to touch up on this. When Matt Eberflus originally first came in and he gave his statement and he talked about the defense and like the type of body types that he was looking for certain positions, the body type that he was naming, like a DeMarcus Ware type body type, was kind of like a Sam Williams body type, a 6'4", 280 type guy. He doesn't envision Michael Parsons as an edge rusher. He envisions him as a person that can come through that middle or sneak through from somewhere, while you got these big guys on the end closing in. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of our problems with stopping the run happened on the end. We didn't have a lot of defensive ends that was able to stop the run. Even our cornerbacks, nobody was coming up hitting. I think now with the defense and how it's like based off, even with the linebackers, it's going to be so much better. It's going to be so much better. And everybody's looking at what we had last year, even like with the PFF thinking we're going to win like 7 games. They're crazy. There's no way that we can win 7 games at full health. There's no way.
There's great observation there. Far as what you are going over and looking at as far as his team and body types and looking for certain height and measurables and things of that nature. We just don't know yet. Matt Eberflus never had a toy like Michael Parsons. When I got a chance to talk to him, he raved at the idea of Marshawn Nealon. He loved the idea of Sam Williams. And then by them drafting Donovan Ezeraku, that means Matt Eberflus got his ways with toys, right? So
even Dante Fowler.
And Fowler to that degree, who's really not even on the starting roster now. You know, he's literally like third in rotation. That's how good these guys been in this system. Like, we looked at 94 in a few preseason games. We're like, hey, what was that? But then again, if you really look deeper, he was just doing they wanted these players to understand what they're trying to do, but play loosely without giving away the sauce. And that's a harder thing to do. But you got to get in football rhythm and shape. And I think that Matt Eberflus got something tricky up his sleeve. Regardless of it, I don't foresee us being the 29th ranked defense like the Washington team was last season by your homeboy watching with you, you know. But that's just the reality of it. I think that we do have a lot of depths at defensive edge. I think we do have better linebacker rooms now than what we had last season. And I think that by Trayvon Diggs and Elam mixed in with Bland, oh my, you know, we do have a better DB room. And Diggs was at practice today.
Yes. Now, how do you feel that? I was raving about this guy. I keep telling everybody ever since I seen him play last year. Morris Louisville. He is a stud. I love his game. I love how he attacks the ball. Like, I think he's like a breakout player.
Right. I think Leofau is one of those guys that you have to adhere to. I think that Leofau, I call him kamikaze. He goes in there, reckless abandonment as it relates to seeing the hole, hitting the hole, and being right with his decision making there, and processing things, you know, a whole lot quicker. So, by us having a true linebackers coach in the building, man, we should see things north of what we did in that spot, and in that spot is going to be looking good for us.
The game that sold me on Leofau was that Tampa Bay game when that tight end came across the middle and he put him out.
No doubt, man. But in closing, man, what else you have?
Hey, I just want everybody to realize that sometimes that Jerry gets to the point where he, like Denzel said, he wants to make the money outside of being on the field.
Right.
So just give it time. Give it time. There's no way that Parsons is not going to be out there. Parsons is from I'm from Pennsylvania. We're playing in Pennsylvania. There's no way he's going to miss that first Eagles game.
Yeah, well, he got less than 10 days to ramp up for it. So let's see. And he was spotted at the camp today. So I didn't know whether or not he practiced. I'm waiting to hear news from John Machota and them. But we will see down the stretch, and they said that Peyton Turner didn't practice today, so they could be already moving.
I think he's getting cut.
Yeah, you know what they doing? Hey, man, let me tap you on the shoulder and bring you into the office, you know?
How you feel, last but not least, what about Winfrey?
Oh, man, he made this team in some shape, form, or fashion. He need to be on here. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard Sam Williams was saying, I'm not Sam Williams, Mozzie Smith was saying how a lot of guys that are undersized, that are not as big as he was, maybe 320, 315, are showing him techniques to where as though you don't need to be as big to get in there. You just need the fundamentals and know how to swim and get your arms through. So maybe that might help.
Yeah, but it's hard to read that book on how to swim while you in the water. Appreciate you for calling in, fam.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, Lord, man, you keep up the great work, man. I'm gonna keep following you, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Thank you, man, from the 717, man. Good call from him. Yeah, I mean, Mozzie is thrown into the deep end. And shout out to your SA, Richburg, for the Cash App, man. Shout out to you, Michael, for the Cash App as well. JB, man, thank you so much, man. Much love to you for the Cash App. And BRGTIG, thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate all of you guys for the Cash App. Notification from ESPN, no signs of Micah at practice. Well, let's confirm. And let me double check because, hold on. Yep. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Give me 1 second. I got to text him. Is Micah at practice? today. All right, so and let me. Yeah, I'm gonna text him. And no, Milton is here, Earl. All right, Milton is here. I got from the 313. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by RogueShop.
Law, Nation. What's up, my baby?
Hey, man, all is well, Chief. Can't complain, man. What you got for me?
Hey, listen, I just want to say, man, I think Jerry Jones need to go after try to get Shador, man. No bullshit.
Break it down.
Really
break it down. The reason why.
Because he better than Joe Milton right now.
Okay.
To me, that's my opinion. I feel like Shador better. He probably don't got all the intangibles Joe got, but he better than them as far as mechanics and accuracy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think he'll be a good fit in Dallas with his note. You know how he bring the media. We are already powerhouse media. I think he fit with Dallas, and plus, you know, Prime Time and Jerry Jones got a relationship. I think that should have worked, man.
So another favor for a favor, right? Because at the end of the day,
this ain't no favor. This off of what we seen from that boy, man. That boy gonna be nice, man. He just need a shot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He better than Joe Milton right now, straight up.
Why
Joe probably can outrun him.
Why would the Cleveland let him go? Why would Cleveland let him go?
You already see what they doing over there to him, man. They sabotaged him the other day, put him out there with 4th and 5th strings, and you know what I'm saying? Try to make him look bad and shit, man. He don't belong in Cleveland. They don't really want him over there.
So when he got to the bench there, right, in that same offensive line, that same set of people, what did Huntley was able to do?
Nothing.
Was he able to do a little bit more than Shador?
What'd he do?
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. You said you've been watching him play, right? You've been watching Shador.
Yeah.
And Shador, my guy, Jackson State D. I love a guy that went to my school and my alum. I think the world of Shador, but I'm not beating him up. But what I'm saying is that what will be the initial reason to bring in Shador when we already have what we got going on here?
Because Joe Milton ain't ready. If Dak go down to there tomorrow, he not ready, man.
So Shador's a little bit more ready than Joe?
Yes. I'm talking about ready. I'm talking he a little more ready and more efficient, man. I'm telling you, Joe got all the arm strength and know how to elude tackles and, you know, get away or whatever. But when it come down to throwing in front of the pocket, he garbage, man. Let's be real.
I think that, you know, and I respect your opinion on that. You know, I like Shador. I think that if the Cowboys should have, if they really embraced him and they really wanted him, they had the opportunity to draft him, right?
I know that.
I
know that.
Yeah.
They should have drafted him. I was mad when they didn't. When they let him get, I'm like, why the Cowboys ain't getting Dak ain't got long?
Because just like you saying right now, that there are people that was saying that Joe Milton was better than Dak, right? So if Joe, hold on, hear me out. If Joe Milton was considered better than Dak, right, and it took a few games of preseason to let them people know, and I can't find them now, they disappeared. And you saying that Shador is better than Joe Milton, right? So therefore, if Shador was here, he would have been light years better than Dak Prescott. And that's not going to progress.
Coming from their opinion. That's not what I'm saying.
Right. I just don't think that the maturity level of Cowboy fans is eligible to handle a Shador Sanders here in the locker room, juxtaposed to even a Joe Milton when he was making a few passing plays here. So it would be more of a circus, and I don't think that would be progressive. Unfortunately, you know, it's just how it is. Now, if it's a situation that Dak Prescott didn't at all sign that new contract, then I'm all down for bringing in that. But Dak is here for at least another 2-3 years, and I just don't think that Shador would be here. Would be any benefit because it'd be more of a media thing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying that's wherever he go, he gonna bring that anyway. But I'm talking about his play, man. I'm talking about pure talent and ability. That boy need to be somewhere where he gonna get a shot, man.
Right,
for
right.
real.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Yeah.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous because if that go down this season, we got to rely on Joe Milton. That's gonna be crazy. I'm telling you now.
Well, I'll tell you this, and I'll leverage from here. If that goes down, Joe nor Shador would be the answer. You know, they still need to find a veteran quarterback to fit in.
I think we have a better shot with Shador behind the center than Joe. I think we'll be a better team. I think we'll be able to score. He'll be, I'm telling you, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, he got a lot of years in front of him.
You up in there with Jerry now, man. Talk to them people, man. Tell them to get Shador, man. Stop playing.
No doubt, man. I appreciate for calling in, Chief. 313. What's your name so I can lock you in, fam?
Sauce, man. I called you the other day. I'm from Detroit, Southwest, man. Where your people from?
Once again, let me lock you in, though. What it is?
It's Sauce.
Sauce. Okay, I don't know why I didn't say.
Sauce.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Sauce. Okay. I got you in this time, Sauce, man. Appreciate you, fam.
All right, baby.
No
How
doubt.
about them boys?
How about them, man? Yeah. Yes, indeed. Sauce, man. Did he have some sauce? Y'all put yes or no in the chat, man, because I'm not beating up Shador. Granted, I get it. The optics would be kind of crazy, though, because all of those people who was saying Joe Milton, oh, man, he could throw the ball. He's outperforming this and that. And now the tune and change. I haven't seen not one guy that say, yeah, Joe Milton better than Dak. They disappeared. And the same will be said even with Shador, and it is for what it is. But I get what he's saying, though. Shador probably needs to. He's a 5th-round draft pick at this point, and he needs some development, or he was a 6th or something like that. I forgot what round he was drafted in. BRG Sports, who has more of an upside learning under Dak, Sanders or Milton? I just don't know. I just don't know. It's football, man. I don't know what player number is going to be that magical number that you can look at and say, this is a guy. I know if you go into a right system, you go into a right philosophy and principle, you get love from that aspect of it. But at the end of the day, the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, you had some of that blood on this team, Sanders, right? So, hey, Shiloh, come on, bring him in for a cup of coffee. Shador, bring him in if you want to. But football don't work that way, unfortunately. Right now, the Cowboys have decided to make their bed with Joe Milton. Were you going to throw him out after a few games now? They'd have made their bed. They'd have burned a 4th-round draft pick for Joe Milton. So either you're going to continue to develop that or toss him out and then play musical chairs with the quarterbacks. That's still an option, by the way. But I don't know if that's a winning one, right? I'm not trading for Shador. This is from Wanza. Yeah, it is for what it is. All I'm saying is I got to play devil's advocate with Shador because of that. And we're to a degree, there's a segment of people that believe Shador was canned by the Cleveland Browns, not being 1,000% with him, especially having the 4 out of the 5 guys that was on that offensive line all been cut and released today, I believe. And Shador had to play behind that. He did have a strong preseason 1 game. But that's about it. Every other game, like, hey, And then Dylan, was it Gabriel? He's not the best thing since sliced bread. So eventually, I think that the Cleveland is going to have to move off or offload Shador. But just know that it's going to come with a lot of tension. And to be fair to Shador, nobody really lives in Cleveland land at being a quarterback. We've seen what Baker Mayfield did over there. So, and now look at Baker Mayfield. What a difference of a scenery does for you. But I got the 607. You're live on the Nation. Talk to us.
Yo, what's going on, Law? Yo, it's DJ from the 607, man.
607 in the building. What's good? What you got for me, DJ?
Man, I had to go through the documentary. I had to go through all the games. Here.
Like that phone killing you, man. What you say? You got to repeat that.
Okay.
Yeah, you in a bad area.
Hi, Dad. Yeah, you can hear me? You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, man, we're in a bad place right now, man. We're in a real bad place. I don't know, man. Micah, I don't know, man, because Jerry's stuck on his place. Man, and he's not budging. He's not budging, and like, I think Micah. I don't think Micah really expected Jerry to go on all these podcasts and everything, because if that was the case, like I think he would have been fine before. Like, it's frustrating me because I'm a Cowboy fan, and we got 2 weeks. We got the Super Bowl champs, and you had a caller a couple calls away. He said he thinks it's a joke. Do you really think it's a joke? To have your best player not practice? So you think he's gonna come? You think he's gonna come on the field and then he's just gonna go 30, 40 plays and not get a soft tissue injury? Like, this is really serious.
Yeah,
like our best player might not be with us. And like Jerry, and the way Jerry is because all the former players, they've done it like that because Jerry's took care of our players. Like, after you're done with a Cowboy, you're always a Cowboy. So he's going into this because this is a rare occasion because not players like Micah come around a lot. Yeah. So he's saying, you know what? We don't need the agent for this one. Come on, Micah. Let's go talk. What do you want? You want to be the guaranteed? You want to be the most guaranteed player? I'm gonna make you that. That's all you want?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. We don't need your agent.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he's saying.
Exactly.
Guaranteed. Give him the $43 million a year. Give it to him. That's all. If that's what it is, he's putting it out there. So he's giving the details and gave him. He must have a personal vendetta against his agent because he went to Dak's agent and he went to CD's agent. Why isn't he going to Micah's agent? There's no answer.
All right. So sources said this right here, that David Mulugeta bullies a lot of owners, and Jerry is trying to set the tone and letting people know that he's not going to bully me. He may bully you, but he's not going to bully me, and I'm not going to cave this time. And the ongoing battle between the two is a real tangible battle, meaning that I'm giving you the silent treatment, and I'm going to tell you my side of the story. And Jerry is a very wise and smart business guy. Mm-hmm. Yes, the guarantee. The guarantee wasn't 200, but a lot of people thinking it was 200 million. It was the guarantee that was just south. It was just slightly north of what Bosa got. Keep in mind, that contract and negotiation was done way back in March, right before Garrett, right before TJ, and right before the others that got filled in between that time frame. So yes, he said at that time it was the highest guarantee, but it wasn't the amount of money that is accumulating now. But that's a whole nother story. Go ahead.
But man, it's just. People don't understand. Like, the caller's like, oh, why don't you have Stephen? Why don't you have Charlotte? Jerry loves this. And that Stephen A stiff, he goes, Stephen A. When Stephen A was going off, he goes, I'm the GM. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I don't care about nothing else. Everybody, there's owners, but they're not GMs like me. So at the end of the day, he's got to see me. No matter what, he's got to see me. So it's in a tough situation. But from when I was watching NFL.com, they're saying Micah's getting ready for the season. He's training and everything. So regardless, he's going to be in shape, but he's not going to be in football shape.
Yeah.
And we might pull off. We might do Dallas Cowboys, and we might sign him, and it's going to be a big deal. We sign Micah and everything, but it's going to pay in the long run. Week 4, week 5, and all of a sudden, Micah's got a soft tissue injury. Then all of a sudden, we got to have our rookie come in. We got to have Houston. We got to have players that are not ready for the moment take that position when we should have our leader on the field. Jerry is going to stay Jerry Jones, but he's going to realize, like Emmett, we're going to go into Philly without Micah, and if we do, it's going to be tough. It's just like we didn't have no drama this year. We had nothing. We got Pickens. It's bubbling. Like, you can see a couple of the analysts, they want to take us. but they just want us to bubble. But we're gonna do good this year. But sure enough, here we goes the drama.
Yeah.
Jerry's got to put the drama up. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be drama the first week. We're gonna sign Micah, but a lot of BS is gonna come with it, Law.
Man,
And
you ain't lying.
I thought this year was gonna be quiet. I thought we were just gonna go do our thing.
Yeah, but the only thing is, man, Jerry took $800,000, turned that into $100 million. He took $140 million. He bought the team for $140 million, and he turned that thing into about $12 billion with a
He
B.
even went to Tom Landry and said, "Yo, you gotta go."
You got to go. So, and his own wife, his own wife couldn't tell him what to do, even with the Jimmy Johnson thing, right? He didn't listen to his own wife. So the last call like, Law,
back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah. He's talking about Law. Can you tell him? He wouldn't listen to his own wife, who he clapped cheeks with every night. So he ain't gonna listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I can tell Jerry till I'm Cowboys blue in the face. He ain't listening to me, bro. You know, so that's just for what it is, man. I thank you for calling in, Chief.
Yo, lock me in, Law. This is my number.
All right, what's your name? Let me get you. Get your name.
Now, this is DJ from 607 up in New York.
Okay, hold on. Let me lock you in. Hold on, DJ. Hold on. DJ. Hold on, 607.
Well, yeah, man. Forget them birds, man. Thursday night we smashing them. DC for life, man.
No
they
doubt,
be ready
man.
Thursday night, 2 weeks.
No doubt, man. They better be ready. If not, you know what I'm saying, we gonna get them anyway. You know what I'm saying. So appreciate you calling in, DJ. Let's go, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's a good call from him, man. Oh, marathon show continue. The marathon continues, man. Appreciate everybody, man, for jumping in and tuning in. Yeah. I guess I went too far.
What's your point?
I'm just saying, she's Jerry. Oh my God, Jerry. Y'all know I'm crazy, man. I gotta.
Darren Posey, $5.
I gotta
Jerry
make.
clapping cheeks is diabolical law.
In order for me to keep them crazy checks, man, I gotta continue to be crazy here. I gotta keep getting them crazy checks. Man, you crazy cat had Law. Yeah, you crazy cat. See, at the beginning of the show, they said, Law, you ain't making those six figures. I gotta keep being crazy. Okay, yeah, the crazy check's still coming. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Y'all know. Oh man, shit. That's the only way. That's the only way I keep getting these crazy checks, y'all. All right. Calisthenics, Cyber Karen. Oh my God, Gene. Oh boy, all I could think of, it was Wolverine. How much he wanted that Gene, boy. Wolverine wanted that Gene, but Cyclops was just clapping it all the time.
This is where we hold them.
Let's go, man.
This is where we
No,
go.
Gene. Ah. Boy.
You merely.
Oh my God, how we get back on point?
I was born in it.
All right. I was somewhere right around here. We were talking about something before we started talking about Jerry and his wherewithals. Let me see. Maybe Micah ain't here today. Gene. Oh my gosh, boy, the disrespect is crazy, man. So if I'm ever sniped, man, y'all just blame it. Blame it on the callers today, man. Yes, indeed. Y'all blame it on the callers. So I haven't seen anything new from my guys over here at practice. Outside of Cowboys, Peyton Turner was amongst those who didn't practice today. And you know how it goes. You know, when you ain't at practice, you could be called up to the principal office. And okay, Prescott and Javonte. Okay, yeah. So we just got to get ready for it, man. This is the kind of caliber of year that we're waiting for to see. We just don't know how this season gonna unfold. It's still the area of the unknown. This is Dak Prescott to Javonte Williams. This is your lineup right here, man. This Dak, one sleeve Dak and Williams. We'll find out how everything else is going to be throughout this particular year, Cowboy Nation. If we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart. I love y'all to the skies and to the stars and to the moons and back, Cowboy Nation. I really do. I really do. But in departing, do me a huge, gigantic favor. Animanium 1986 says Wolverine ended up with Storm. Okay. In the DOP storyline. Okay, let me see. I wonder what that baby gonna look like. Boy. Be able to have claws that can shoot lightning. Shoot, that's good superpower right there. Yeah, it's good superpower. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see. I'm taking your word for it, but it says while Storm and Wolverine had a romantic relationship. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Gene. Okay, I see. Yeah, I'm seeing what you're saying. Storm. He made it rain, didn't he? Oh my God, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but good looking out, Andamanium. I'm gonna go read that story. Storm and Wolverine. Now, that's making it clap right there for the right reasons. Storming reasons. Cowboy Nation. Baby gonna be a villain, right? Pull out them claws with lightning, with healing powers. Shoot. Yeah.
G Cuddy $9.99.
Man,
Jerry
goodness.
Petty is can be putting up the picture of Gene Jones lusting after R. Kevin Costner on the stairway.
Yeah. And you can see it. A picture, what's that? A picture may say 1,000 words or 1,000,000 words, however the saying go. And the way that Gene looked at Kevin Costner was everything, right? Oh my gosh, man, y'all minds are crazy. Thunderclap. Storm. Oh my goodness, lightning claws sound crazy. Gene! Rex!
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight!
Oh my gosh. Now let me ask you that in their comic books. Was that before Magneto took the claw powers off as far as the metal, or did he still have the metal? I just need to know in the comic books. Yeah, I'm gonna read that. But neither here nor there as we get on up out of here, and these kids that's watching during this time frame like, Daddy, what is clapping and what is Gene and what is Law talking about at the end? How does this work with the Cowboys? Oh my gosh. They said, according to information, that Trayvon Diggs looked good in practice today. Yeah!
Let's go, man! Let's go! Oh my goodness, it is you!
Yeah!
I cannot
believe it!
Greetings, Your Highness!
Yeah, man, I can't leave today because they showing me more and more clips, more and more things. Yeah. Let me see what we got here. Here we go. They in practice right now. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil man. But blessed is he in the name of charity and goodwill, right? That's my guy, Trayvon Diggs. Y'all playing around. Eagles, this message is for y'all because I'm finna go into Law Nation versus every single one of y'all Philadelphia Bird Beak boys over there in Philly land. Yeah, it's time for us to stand tall about this. Matter of fact, it's time for us to show and showcase to you all that at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, we are who you guys inspired to be. Yes. So yeah, I can't wait to see what we gonna do to the Philadelphia Eagles. I can't wait to break these beaks off. I can't wait to clip them feathers. I can't wait to pull every single feather out of y'all brains, man. I'm gonna pull it up out of y'all. Boy, we on a bird diet and it started last preseason game. And we're gonna continue to be on that bird diet, baby. Yes, indeed. You better not even twerp. You better not even sing a song, a melody, or none of this stuff around us during this time frame, Eagles. Yeah, because we coming for all of y'all, and we're gonna make sure that every beak shall be broken, every wing shall be clipped, and every sense of any bird flying around with us is gonna be on the ground. We're gonna beat y'all down so much that Peter is gonna know us by name. And we coming for y'all. Ain't that right, Jay Business? Ain't that right, Ghostface Gaming? Ain't that right, Kevin Hicks? We coming for all of y'all. And guess what, Cowboy Nation? Guess what? We getting better too. We getting Trayvon Diggs back. We gonna work out this conversation for the contract with Micah Parsons. Imagine crucifying a guy all off season, only for him to rise up and be ready for game one. I hope Diggs ball out for the DMV. Go Cowboy Trayvon Williams. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation. Because we gonna be the ones that say my body be punished for hard living. Hands on the straps of praying, so Father, please forgive me. Police be rushing looking when they see me. I flaunted America's Most Wanted live on TV like it's pleasure and pain. It's stuck in this game. Holler my name. We all gonna die. We bleed through similar veins. I'm in my Tupac version. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat forward, fret forward, or plan forward, or lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence. Leave those hollow tips in the back though, you know. If dark and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's talking and listening and playing along with me on this beautiful, glorious day, you will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's run this thing up.
Time to run it up. I wake up.
Come on, I wake up.
Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check. No drip.
Come on,
this.
baby.
Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest.
Come
might
on.
Crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely.
By my lonely.
Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me.
Don't try to hold me,
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone me.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGregor.
Come on, Red.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me late.
Yay.
Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, Cowboy, let's get it.
I wake up, thumb down that, no drip this.
Tell them run it up.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash.
And now it's time to roll those credits. Philly. It's Philly hate week for 2 weeks, baby. Come on.
Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried.
Yeah.
Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games.
Come on.
Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Yeah.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change.
Come on.
I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my
name. Come on, baby. I wake up, Jay. Business. Shout out to my guy C-Bass in the building. Shout out to your Ghostface Gaming. Appreciate you. Come on, we eating birds for the next 2 weeks here. Come on. Law. Nation. Tell them run it up by popular demand. Montisha. No doubt. Let's slow it down for somebody that's in Philly. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Come on. The world's longest outro. Hot wings, Jerry Jones. Let's go sell them hot wings, hot plates. Come on with it. I'm on a wing diet. If you vegan, F that. If you're a vegetarian, F that. We eating some Eagles, baby. And breathe you in. Thank you. All right, shout out to you, Khalil Smalls, Eric, Closet Cowboy fan, Stewart. Appreciate you. Immortal Legend. Appreciate you. Wanza, Mo Money, Mayfield, Bakefield cousin, BRG, Posey, G Cuddy, and last but not least, Trayvon Williams.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Could
I be on day or two?
I'll follow.
We on a bird diet, slow roasting. I want to deep fry them with the feathers and everything. Come on.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Dramatic. If you get slow roasted, I just want to take them birds and get that deep fry and put them in their whole. Feathers and beaks, bird feet and everything. Don't let the street lights you all alone.
You know it's dangerous. Are you not entertained? Are you? Don't let the street lights hit you. Could I be on day too?
Execute Order 66.
Enemy spotted.
I've got balls of steel.
Yo.
Execute Order 66.
Enemy spotted.
Birds of a feather, they flock together, they make you a sucker.
Okay, boy.
Execute Order 66.
into that clip. Yo.
You have to.
I don't want to see no love, no adulation to no Eagles. None of that from this day until September the 4th. I don't want to give no praises to them boys. It starts over. It's a new year, new season, new everything. Let's get them. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear they did a great job this offseason. We ain't speaking nothing into existence. What we tell them?
Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Hey,
suck.
That storm right there. Gene!
When you pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too.
Often imitated, never duplicated. They know who they are. They know who they are. They want to be just like us. Come on with it. See the blueprint. Ain't that right? Let's get it. Come on with it.
By the fans. Law Nation Sports is built around community and thrives on fan interaction, making you part of the movement instead of just a spectator. 2. Authentic Dallas Cowboys coverage. Unfiltered, raw, and insightful takes on the Dallas Cowboys that go deeper than mainstream media. 3. Independent voice, no corporate spin. Just real analysis, truth, and passion straight from Law. 4. Engaging live shows, interactive live streams where fans can ask questions, debate, and get instant reactions. 5. Exclusive insights. Behind-the-scenes coverage of training camp, roster moves, and game analysis you won't find anywhere else. 6. Community impact. Law Nation Sports supports local events.
Parsons is now in the building.
And community initiatives in Dallas and beyond.
So he is there according to sources.
7. Educational and motivational. It's more than sports. Law blends football with life lessons, motivation, and personal growth. 8. Content variety. From play-by-play calls to film breakdowns, motivational podcasts, shorts, and event recaps, there's something for every fan. 9. Accessible everywhere available on YouTube, Facebook, X, TikTok, Instagram, and podcasts. Wherever you are, Law Nation is there. 10. Powered by consistency. Daily uploads, live streams, and updates mean fans always stay informed. 11. Support for small businesses. Law partners with and highlights local Dallas businesses, giving them exposure through his platform. 12. Representation of the fans' voice. Law speaks from the fans' perspective, ensuring the people have a platform to be heard. 13. opportunities for collaboration fans and brands can join in sponsorships, events, and collaborations that grow together. 14. Family and legacy-driven Law Nation Sports is rooted in building generational impact, not just for himself, but for his daughters and community. 15. Nothing but the best. Supporting Law Nation means backing a brand that strives for excellence, accountability, and authenticity.
'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find no matter what.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
My turn! You told me it was my turn! It's my turn. Take some money out! All of it! Come on! Wasting my time! Come on!
Does it better?
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna lead together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. But I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up. I got you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even giving tangibly, bring the baskets. I want the baskets up here. I can see the floor. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the. Take your phone and stick it on the button.
Blue Magic. That's a brand name. I stand
Giving his worship.
guarantee it, brothers. When you
Giving his worship.
chop my dope down, the 1, 2, 3, 4,
Giving his
5%,
worship.
and then you call it Blue Magic.
Giving his worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just for y'all giving.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah, depend on you. If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Let's get on up out of here. That boy said, one love, DC for life. If we offended anyone, you know, if you're an Eagle fan, you just offended, right? But if you're a Cowboy, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Peace. We about. Yeah. Yeah. Come on with it. The real deal. All right. One down. Now we just got to get Parsons in the building. That's the only thing. Let's get it. Salute.
Give me my theme music.